Number 2,500 is a double. Labor Day in lower downtown Denver. Everybody wearing purple. It is a beautiful afternoon. Great day to be at the ballpark. Rockies opening up a 3-game set against the Los Angeles Dodgers. They've been pretty good the last 2.5 months. Welcome upstairs, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. With George Frazier, I'm Drew Goodman. Glad that you're with us this afternoon. Big day yesterday. The Rockies get the victory, and a special, special day for one Todd Helton.
It was special. I think for a lot of fans that have watched this young man play the game for a long time, for Drew and I that watched it, his teammates, his manager, coaches, front office, everybody to get his 2,500 hit out of the way.
Yeah, and he did it only as Todd would do it. 97-mile-an-hour fastball, shoots a double down the left field line. And he's now 17th by himself, by the way, on that all-time doubles list. Now we move on today. The Dodgers come to town. They've been the great story in baseball in the second half of the season. It really goes back to June. Their last 64 games straight, they've won 51. I'm not a mathematician, but that's awfully good.
Yeah, that's really good. 51-13, best in the major leagues, of course. So you see the runs, 4.5. Starting pitchers, 37-11. You kidding me? 244 earned run average. What happened? How'd they get this good? Everybody got healthy. That's how. Led by Clayton Kershaw and the job he's done for their ball club consistently. And he's done a very good job of commanding in tough ball games. And then you add Greinke and what he's been able to do. This club is playing the best that you've seen. And against Kershaw, what he's done against the Rockies this year, 3 starts, 1-1 record, a shutout here at Coors Field, 2.35. He does have a loss where they beat him 3-1 right before the break, and a no decision in those 3 starts. The Rockies probably at 8-5 with a 3+ ERA. And I haven't looked up the other 29 teams, but I got to believe this Rocky ball club has gotten after Kershaw more than any team he's faced.
Yeah, the Rockies have had a little bit of success against Clayton Kershaw, which, as you say, is a whole lot more than most people do. So Kershaw today for the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'll come back and we'll talk about a guy that has really made an impression of late, Charlie Blackmon. That'll be next. this year. Not too many teams also can say that. They have a winning record against the Dodgers in 2013. Back upstairs with George Frazier, I'm Drew Goodman. Charlie Blackmon again will be in center field. Dexter Fowler getting closer to coming back. Not quite ready yet. He's done a solid job defensively, and offensively he's very comfortable.
Well, you know what it's impressed me, he's done it against some pretty tough left-handers too when they've come out there. That just all been right-handers, and it all started with a big home run down when they were out on the East Coast. Playing in Baltimore, he hit it on a street not many people go to, and that is a big blast for Charlie Blackmon. You look at that number since August the 16th, 341, 6 RBIs, 3 doubles, a couple of home runs, and a ball. What I like more than anything, he's using the whole field. It's not pull happy. If he needs to slice something up the middle, he does it. He's hitting 8th in the lineup. He's rolled it over to the pitcher. Everything you've asked Charlie to do, he's done it.
And he can run a little bit also. He is a very versatile player, and as I said a moment ago, he just feels a lot more comfortable now in the big leagues. He'll be in center field again this afternoon. We are ready for baseball. It's the Rockies and the Dodgers on Labor Day. Come on back to Coors Field with us. Seven neighborhood Toyota stores. Toyota, let's go places. By 5-hour energy shots. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Chad Bettis has the baseball this afternoon for the Rockies, looking for that elusive first big league win. Carl Crawford, the veteran, former Ray and Boston Red Sox, and now with the LA Dodgers. He'll lead things off, and he'll be followed by Yasiel Puig in the lineup written out by Don Mattingly. It's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Following Puig, Adrian Gonzalez leading the club in home runs and RBIs. Hanley Ramirez has had a terrific year, batting .340. Andre Ethier's been great on the road. Then Mark Ellis, A.J. Ellis, Juan Uribe, the former Rocky, and Kershaw. Puig so far 8 for 22 in 6 games against the Rockies. Dodgers are coming off a 3-game sweep at home of the San Diego Padres. They won yesterday 2-1. The Rockies over the weekend took 2 of 3 from Cincinnati. So they won the season series against the Reds 4 games to 2. And here's the 1-0 from Bettis, and that fastball at 95. George, that's a good sign, because typically he's been slow getting out of the gate.
Well, 89 to 92 out of the gate, and Pats had paid for it. And that time aggressively went right at this Dodger leadoff man. And that's what you have to do with Carl Crawford. Well, let's take a look at what he throws. The fastball's average nearly 93, slider, curve, and changeup. And the slider's been pretty good at times and very effective with high velocity.
That misses down low, so it's 3-1 on Crawford. This is the 7th major league start for Chad Bettis. And that misses. Ball 4. So Crawford walks, and we'll take a look at the Rockies defensively. Brought to you by Excel Energy. We bring you the energy you need so you can live the life you want. Visit responsiblebynature.com to learn more. Culberson is in left field. Charlie Blackmon in center. Michael Kadire is in right. Nolan Arenado, Josh Rutledge in short for Tulowitzki, DJ LeMahieu at second, and Jordan Pacheco for our 2,500 man at first base. And Rosario's behind the plate. Willeen had yesterday off. Here's Yasiel Puig.
Amazing, he tried to bunt. Puig's average when swinging at the first pitch, 596 with 7 home runs. You kidding me?
Now, Puig is batting .351, 14 home runs. Been the story, or one of the big stories in baseball this summer. Since his call up, the Dodgers, that's inside, 58-23. They were 9 games under 500 before he was called up. And here's the home run he hit yesterday. That was a hanging slider.
Well, a late kick is not a late kick. It's a glide back, load, and go. First pitch on that home run that he had seen. That's when he left the yard with it.
Bettis has missed on 6 of his first 7 pitches. That's not good. So he goes to a slider and he gets a strike. Larry Vanover, veteran umpire, is behind the dish. And a base hit to right. Crawford will go first to third. And the Dodgers are in business very quickly against Bettis. This is not a team with Kershaw on the mound that you want to fall behind against.
Yeah, it's tough. If you give up a couple of runs with him, I mean, now you got into all kinds of trouble. The leadoff walk, then you come back and Puig comes up on a ball up in the strike zone, middle half in on a Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. Had slider spin, looked to back up into it, but that just shows his strength. When he took that inside pitch and drove it to right field, Jim Wright out for a quick visit with Chad Bettis and Willeen Rosario.
And you got an RBI machine at the plate. In fact, since the start of 2007, Adrian Gonzalez is 5th in all of baseball in driving in runs. Not surprisingly, that list is headed up by Miguel Cabrera. Then Prince Fielder, who hits behind Cabrera in that Detroit lineup. Ryan Howard, Albert Pujols, and then this man, Adrian Gonzalez. And this year, it's no different. He's hitting .305 with runners on base, .344 with runners in scoring position. And it goes up even from there when there's 2 outs. Obviously, there's nobody out here. That's off his foot.
Yeah, not to throw out a little bit of gasoline on the fire, though, but Bettis' 3-hole hitters have hit .538 against him this year.
That's you didn't need to go there, George.
I didn't need to go there. Maybe you'll change some luck here, get a ground ball. Well, right off the front side of his foot.
.01, and this is a chopper that, you know what? That's a smart play by LeMahieu.
Sure it is.
And the runner will have to return to third base. That's a really smart play by DJ. He got the interference on Puig. And you know, it's smart in so many ways, George. He's watching the highlights. He knows that this kid is really raw.
Very raw out of the shoot in baseball deal. And this ball's hit high chopper. All he's thinking about is getting there. Watch DJ come running up on him. Just put his gloves out enough, put the spin on, put the play on. Everything worked. And why is he so far out of the zone? Look how far he is out of line going to second.
He honestly,
unbelievable.
Honestly, he may not know. In talking to Davey Lopes earlier this year, talking to Don Mattingly, he was built in Cuba for showcases. Adrian goes. They're putting Adrian at first. Adrian's coming back thinking he gets another at bat.
I'm not sure what he was thinking. I don't know why he was thinking. Walt's contention is, well, if he catches the ball's tax play, he probably goes to first. It's a double play ball. That's what he's got to be thinking. That's why he's out arguing the call a little bit. Well, you know, they talk so much about Puig and what he's been able to do. And again, the guy getting ready to come to the plate's been pretty nasty here. All right, if he catches the ball's already bounced. He's not going to catch it.
But did you watch DJ? He has a right to field the baseball, but it wasn't as if he was going right at the baseball.
Well, that's what I wanted to see where it was, because that angle there looked like the ball was about 2 feet to his left.
Now, if you get one on the ground here with Ramirez, you have a chance to get out of this inning. First and third, nobody out unscathed, because now it's first and third, one out. That's inside on Ramirez.
Listen, from high home, let's look and watch this and see. All right, you can see where DJ is. You can see the ball coming down. Would he have made a play, or did he make a turn right in? Yeah, he probably has a play.
Fouled off, 1-1.
So much has been made of what the right fielders meant to their ball club. 351, 14, and 32. But Hanley Ramirez, what he's done since being healthy, 15 and 42, 46, and hit 340.
There are three guys that people who are around the Dodgers, actually four guys, talk about a lot as to why they have done what they've done. Here's the 1-1. That misses. 2-1. Puig's one of them, obviously. Hanley Ramirez, George, as you were mentioning, and then Zach Greinke and Clayton Kershaw. Now, Zach Greinke's finally healthy. He won again yesterday. He's 14 and 3.
Exactly. 280 earned run average. It's not like he's given up a lot of runs and are winning 7-5.
2-2. Two and two on Ramirez.
I want to go back and look at this pitch that was thrown to Hanley Ramirez and see this, a slider, and you're going to look at it on the strike zone of where it was. Now, I don't know if he just didn't pick it up out of the hand or not, but he dropped to the one knee. Anytime you drop to one knee like that, the indication to the umpire is low. But you can see number 3 on your strike zone there, that it was right in the middle of the plate.
Almost looked like he didn't react that way after he threw it back. Almost looked like he was crossed up the way he received it.
There's nobody at second.
Yeah, strange. Cuts away, 3-2. Well, Cincinnati went back home. George got a big victory over the Cardinals today, 7-2 behind Matt Latos.
Yeah, they sure did against Wainwright. That was the key there. The Cardinals going in with their big gun at the start of that series in Cincinnati, and the Pirates are now on top of Milwaukee 5-1.
3-2. No swing, and now the bases are loaded for Andre Ethier. That's 2 walks in the inning by Bettis.
Ten balls, 8 strikes in the inning. Uribe's trying to tell him, look, no, you got to stay in your line. This is one guy that Puig really respects, Juan Uribe. You know, pretty soon Uribe's going to go, you know what, this is what I'm telling you, do it. Don't debate it.
It kind of looked that way a little bit, didn't it?
I'm tired of explaining this every way I can. You're running a straight line, you avoid the guy, and you're safe, all right? Enough's enough.
Ethier's been one of the best road hitters in the National League this year.
And has struggled with the bases loaded. Go foul. 1 for 6 with the loaded this year. Only a 219 average. Not very good.
But he's hitting .373 in his last 38 road games. Overall .319 on the road, which is 4th best in the National League. At third base, Carl Crawford, he walked. Puig was eliminated after singling on the interference play that we were talking about. Adrian Gonzalez is at second, Hanley Ramirez at first. 1 out. Ethier's ribbies way down this year. He had 89 last year. It's pretty typical for him, but just 47 this season. The home runs are down also. He's got 10. He's normally a 20-plus guy. They're playing a lot of center field with Matt Kemp's injuries this year. To first, can they turn it? The throw hit the runner. Everybody's safe. Didn't hit the runner?
I thought it was just a really wide throw. I think. We'll look at it again, but it looked like a look at it did hit him. Yeah, good eyes, Drew. Let's see what is coming for here. You got an angle, and he knows it. It's going to go off that side. Rutledge did a really good job of jumping out there and knocking that down. Otherwise, you got a ball down in the left field. Hit the helmet, maybe, huh?
Hook up
because that guy it gets Rutledge in the ribs.
Hanley doesn't even react, but it hit Hanley, and then it got Rutledge, as you said, in the ribs.
Yeah, but a good job by him to jump out there. I thought he got a glove on it, but to keep it out there, Walt probably not liking this first inning right now.
Not much to like about it. That's an error on Pacheco. Mark Ellis at the plate. Mark had walk-off hit on Saturday, a pinch single. 1-0 LA. Would have been a tough turn. Ethier runs decently, and he's coming out of the left-hand side of the box. That pitch was a borderline strike also, and then
looked like he got carried out of the zone with velocity.
2-0.
Not the guy you want up right now. 5 for 8 with the bases loaded this year. Watch the glove. See, watch this thing jump right at the last second. But to me, it looks like it's in the zone. Doesn't get called a strike.
Yeah, I don't think he handled that one poorly. It just wasn't called by Vanover. And we said this a million times.
Doesn't matter.
You all know baseball. When you have a guy that's not throwing a lot of strikes, borderline pitches don't go your way.
No, veteran umpires are not going to give them to you. You got to establish yourself. A lot of times, first time they've seen Chad Bettis, they don't know if it sinks, cuts, slides, what it does. Reaction on his sliders. Is it late? Is it early? All those things come into effect, and they've got to look and see him. That's why you see at the start of the game, Vanover was behind him, behind Rosario, trying to see what the ball did so he could evaluate it and call balls and strikes.
2-2. Left field, shallow, and it is caught on the move by Culberson. No advancement by Gonzalez. 2 outs.
And remember, Culberson's been a middle infielder his whole career. Went to Colorado Springs, and to be honest with you, John Weil was down there watching him, and I happened to be in the ballpark, and he went first to third, showed tremendous speed. And John looked, said, "Do you think he played the outfield?" Made the suggestion, and they moved him out to the outfield along with Dan O'Dowd in the minor league system, and he had really just took to it. I mean, did a great job. He gets a great read and jump on that ball. I know it doesn't look perfectly orthodox, but he got to that thing. I mean, he's got good speed coming in, going back, and he's got a very strong arm.
Mark Ellis is out. That's the bottom line.
Oh man, the guy, I just read those numbers. 5 for 7 with the bases loaded. This Ellis, 2 for 11, 182 with runners in scoring position.
This Ellis will make you throw strikes. Actually, both Ellises will. 0-1 with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Now 0-2.
I'm going to throw this out there. Probably will mean nothing. Clayton Kershaw warmed up and walked in from the bullpen 28 minutes ago. Now you sit in that dugout for a long period of time going back out. Let's see how he responds in the first inning.
Bettis has thrown 30 pitches here in the inning.
See, and a whole difference here. His walks are up from what they were at Tulsa. Strikeouts are down a little bit. Guys at the big league level won't chase that slider. We've seen that off the plate. They won't chase a high fastball. They've got such a reduced strike zone. They make you get ahead. And that's all part of the game. Big hook there for the punch out. Building two at 76 miles an hour.
Took him 32 pitches, and all things considered, with all the traffic, giving up just 1 run. Pretty fortunate. In that first inning, but only gave up the 1 marker. See if the Rockies can get after Clayton Kershaw now. Not an easy task. Josh Rutledge will be first. It's his first start since being called back to the big leagues yesterday. Southwest Airlines starting lineup. DJ LeMahieu will bat second for Walt Weiss this afternoon. Then Michael Kadire in the 3-hole. Willeen Rosario will bat cleanup. Nolan Arenado, Charlie Culberson, Jordan Pacheco, Charlie Blackmon, and then Bettis. Kadire a 4 for 4 day yesterday. Kershaw, as I hand it off to George, here's all you need to know. In his first 27 starts, in 22 of those starts, he's worked at least 7 innings.
Well, I mean, really, what do you say? I mean, this guy has just dominated all of baseball. Record doesn't particularly show that, 13-8. Has to be mentioned in the Cy Young Award with Kimbrell, Greinke, Wainwright, Mariano with Pittsburgh at 15-6, and I think you got to throw De La Rosa in there at 15-6. Run average at 333. Mujica with the St. Louis Cardinals out of their bullpen. Chapman with Cincinnati. He's only given up 3 earned runs just 2 times this entire year. Last against San Diego 13 starts ago. Left-handers have hit 148. That's second in the league. I love all these notes gives. Last 4 versus the Rockies, 2-1, 174 in run average. So I've been 4 guys caught stealing or stole a base on him this year.
1-2. Purple. Did you do my favorite is the 1921? Did you do that one?
I'll do that one right now. Since 1920, folks, 1,000 innings pitched at least, or 100 games started. Since 1920, lowest earned run average in the history of baseball since the 20. I should not history, but since 1920. Kershaw, 2.60. The next guy in line, Whitey Ford, 2.75. Sandy Koufax, 2.76. Spud Chandler, 2.84. And Jim Palmer, 2.86.
Ball 4. So Kershaw, maybe a little something to what you said, George. Maybe
it's said a long time.
It's out a long time. As that is unlike Clayton Kershaw. A leadoff walk to Josh Rutledge. DJ LeMahieu coming up. Well, this season he's again first in ERA. He's won the ERA title the last 2 years in the National League. Got a couple of shutouts. He's over 200 innings, 197 strikeouts. It'll be his 4th straight year that he is a 200 guy. The league hitting 186 against him. That's the best. Tell you something else. If he wins the ERA title again, and there's a strong likelihood he will, he'll be the first pitcher since Greg Maddux in the mid-90s to win 3 straight ERA titles. The amazing thing is, other than 2011 when he went 21-5, he's never won a ton of games because for whatever reason they don't score when he's on the hill.
Probably because he's pitching against the other guy's number 1, 2.
Well, you know how that is, George. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Once the season gets rolling,
it rotates around an awful lot.
Rotates around.
I'm sure Dougie could look that up. How many starts against number 1 starters from the opposition?
I mean, right now, with all due respect to Chad Bettis, he's going against a 5th starter.
Right.
Going against a kid. 1-1. But he's pretty much still a kid also. He got to the big leagues quickly.
And I tell you what he does off the field, in the community, nationwide, it's a complete package, folks.
He is that. He won the Roberto Clemente Humanitarian Award last year. This goes to baseball's, exactly that, baseball's top humanitarian. Guys don't hit his curveball. Guys don't hit his fastball.
Very good curveball slider. Yeah, they don't hit his fastball very well either.
No.
Right. Mentioned earlier, there's only been 8 attempts against Kershaw when he's on the mound to steal a base, and they've thrown out 4 of them.
And A.J. Ellis has been good. He's been close to 40% this year, right around there. You know, when he's in the stretch, it looks like he's stretching 3 minutes after he got out of bed.
I wonder too. You know, you and I said the same thing. 204 innings already. I know he didn't want to back off or do anything, or that's just not his style. But they're obviously in the playoffs. Might be something you want to investigate.
Two and 2 on LeMahieu. 1-0 Dodgers, first inning. He pitches in, Kershaw does, I think more than any left-hander in the National League. This is updated from the work today by Wainwright, losing effort by Wainwright. So he's now moved ahead of Kershaw. You assume Clayton will move ahead of him again before the end of the day, and then, you know, nobody else is really that close to 200 innings. You got to go to the 2 Philadelphia lefties, Hamels and Lee. There goes Rutledge, and the pitch misses, and it goes off the glove of A.J. Ellis. So the Rockies have a man in scoring position in Josh Rutledge. It'll be a stolen base because he was going. That's his 9th bag.
There's no way Ellis is going to block this baseball. I mean, it bounced out in front of home plate by a large margin. Kershaw started to move. Rutledge going on first movement, going to be able to stand up there, but it's the pitch that's thrown. And that ball's well out in front. The only thing Ellis could do is try to backhand it. keep it out, pick it with the glove, and then make the throw. He wasn't going to have a chance at Rupp.
See if DJ can move him. He will. He'll get him home potentially. Puig can really throw. Rutledge will get a stop sign late. Puig throws it the entire way. So DJ with a base hit. First and third. Nobody out for the Rockies against the great Clayton Kershaw.
It's almost like it puts their whole team like, wait a minute, walk, a base, stole a base, and now this base hit to right? Really? Nice Mike Shaw Super Bowl. Good job by DJ. Man, oh man. See, he does such a great job of dropping that ball, dropping that elbow, that back elbow inside, changing the plane of the swing and driving the ball to the right side. Does it like an art. And here's that throw from Puig all the way to the plate. And there's so much on it, even though it was through cutoff man, everybody else, that you're not going to advance if you're DJ because there's too much on it.
Here's Kadire batting third this afternoon. Off the plate, ball one. Kadire 2 for 10 lifetime with an RBI against Kershaw. 4 for 4 yesterday, bumped his average to 328. By the way, LeMahieu now has a 6-game hitting streak with that knock. Kadire slowly hit up the third base line. It'll stay fair. It's an infield hit. 1-1. Uribe could just field it, toss it back to Kershaw. An RBI single for Kadire, his 72nd ribby.
4 for 4 yesterday with 3 RBIs. Today starts off with a nibbler up the left, right up the third base line. On a ball down and in. Uribe playing back about 10 feet from the bag as he charges in on it. Nothing you can do. It's like an apple. Take a bite out of it, flip it back to Kershaw.
Here's Rosario. Swinging the bat as well as anybody on the Rockies. Takes a healthy hack there. Rosario 3 for 12 with a home run against Kershaw. He's the only guy that has a home run in the lineup against Kershaw. Tulowitzki and Helton have home runs. They're not starting. First inning runs. There's 5 allowed all season, and this is 29th start. Oh, 1 on Rosario. That's a strike. How about the splits on Willeen, George? He's hitting 295 here at Coors Field. He's hitting 293 out on the road.
Amazing, isn't it? This young man has just grasped a hold of the idea that power is not everything. Be a complete hitter with average power, RBIs, all the above.
Got to protect here. There's a good curveball, and it slays to center field. That's going to drop. LeMahieu's going to get a green light, and no throw to the plate. First and third, 2-1 Colorado. Willeen Rosario on a curveball hit a sandwich to center field, and the Rockies have had their first 4 reach against Kershaw. And I go back to what you pointed out. Maybe he spent a little bit too long sitting in the dugout.
28 minutes in the dugout on an 0-2 count. Throws this good curveball, and that was a good curveball. Watch Ellis. See, he's dropping to the ground on a Mike Shaw Super Bowl as if he's going to have to block that. Willeen, another good job of hitting. But what I liked right here, you look at Kadire, when that ball hits, he read it so well. He was halfway to third when the ball was picked up by Ethier. He got there easily.
And he had that good view on the angle of where Ethier was in the trajectory of the baseball. And Kadire's a great base runner.
And now you're going to have one of the hottest hitters coming up with men on base and the opportunity for RBIs. We mentioned earlier this ball club, the Rockies organization against Kershaw. He's 8-5 with a 334 earned run average. Some of the highest.
Arenado, that's up the middle. It's going to turn into a double play, but the run comes home, and it is 3-1. We haven't checked the Dodgers defensively. They're brought to you by Excel Energy. Make the choices to fit your life. Excel will provide you the energy to power it. Visit responsiblebynature.com to learn more. Ethier playing a lot of center field in the absence of Matt Kemp. Puig and Crawford flank him. Uribe at third. Ramirez and Ellis up the middle. Adrian Gonzalez at first. A.J. Ellis is behind the plate. Michael Young with the club for the first time today after coming from Philadelphia. Don Mattingly announced prior to the ball game that Michael Young will make the start tomorrow at third base against Chassin.
One thing you've got to be careful about, and you're going to see everything that's been done, new and blue type situation with their ball club. Wilson, Marmol in the bullpen, Edison Volquez released by San Diego, picked up by this ball club. Surprising a little bit. Remember when he started against us, he's 0-1 or 1-7 with almost an 8 earned run average against the National League West, and that's who they're going to be playing this last month. And then of course Michael Young in the trade. But as a manager organization, you're adding help in Michael Young, no question. But you got to be careful that it doesn't disrupt things in your locker room where guys get mad on the point that, you know, Uribe's been your guy all year, and then all of a sudden you start to insert and do things. You got to be really sensitive to that, because you can separate a locker room for doing that.
1-2 on Culberson. Michael Young on the right. And there's the veteran Uribe. And that's hard hit ball down the right field line. Charlie can run. Puig up with a baseball. Culberson into second with a double. Apparently the Rockies are not done yet in this first inning against Kershaw. That is their fourth hit of the inning.
And he's thrown 25 pitches in the first inning. 16 for strikes, 9 for balls. Outside fastball that cut up and stayed up. Didn't have the finish of what they were looking for on the Mike Shaw Subaru Super Bowl. And man, look at that head. Man, is that not perfect? Charlie Culberson, he just shot it out of the reach of Adrian Gonzalez, and then it was off to the races.
Here's Pacheco. Jordan with a bouncer to third. Uribe cuts it off. And they get the out at first. Very fine first inning for the Rockies. And considering it was against Kershaw, awesome. 3-1. That happens, well, about every blue moon. Today's Sideline Report is brought to you by the Honey Smoked Fish Company, a ready-to-eat energizing superfood. You can add any dish that's healthy and delicious. Mark Stout.
Drew Frazier, I want to go back to Sunday afternoon. Adam Ottavino gets the win in the Todd Helton game, but there was a lot of defense behind him. He was impressed.
Time that I was in, there was the play up the middle that he threw to first, then swung it, then they swung it home. Got the out. Then there was the play that I made with the bunt double play. Then there was the bare hand play, and there was a play in the hole that Tulo caught and threw to third. So there was four really good plays in the time I was pitching. So it was pretty awesome to be out there yesterday.
Guys, we were talking about that bunt double play with LeMahieu covering. He said that Todd Helton, who came by him, who was covering on the bunt, said to him, catch and throw, catch and throw, catch and throw. And he said he would have hesitated if Todd didn't yell that out. Frazier, have you been in that situation where it's bang, bang like that?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it just gets crazy. Not as crazy the first inning we just watched, huh? It's nuts. You're thinking you got a guy out there that could win the Cy Young. He goes out and throws 30 pitches. He gives up 3 runs on 4 hits, and then you get, Bettis hopefully goes back to that dugout, comes back out. You know what? We're changing this a little bit, boys. And Bettis is a tough guy now. He was a closer at Texas Tech. Watched a lot of those starts in Tulsa. It's a growing process at the big league level. Got an 0-2 count on Uribe right now. Nice block when you don't have to. Notice that? A lot of catchers just backhand that, flip it off, just deflect it where it doesn't hit them or the umpire. Lane jumped out there and blocked it.
Fouled off. Who wants tacos? Remember, if the Rockies score 7 or more during any game, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day between 4 and 6 to get your Rockies taco special. 1-2 on Uribe, and this is fouled off.
Normally does not handle the breaking ball away like that very well.
Two and two. And he got him on a curveball. Second strikeout for Bettis.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Bettis. He struck out A.J. Ellis, and now Uribe on a very good breaking ball. The same pitch that he struck out A.J. Ellis on. Nice.
Kershaw can handle the bat. Good athlete. Takes a strike. Takes another one.
Oh, come on.
Kershaw lines a breaking ball in the center field. Rockies fans, text Toyota followed by your question to 720-720. We'll get to them in the 5th inning during Toyota Talk.
Get out! No, Mikey, gotta go. Don't play with the navigation system. Just stay off of it. He has way too much fun. Mike Rotello, who worked on the radio side for a couple of years with Jack and Jerry, and now works with us and TV. Oh, okay. Well, he's having way too much fun, Drew.
I'm not sure what he's doing.
He's having fun, enjoying life.
Here's the 1-0 on Crawford, and that's poked to left field, a base hit. 2 on and 1 out. And it'll bring up Yasiel Puig. Well, since the last time the Rockies played the Dodgers, Puig has continued to do some amazing things, and at times he has been confounding and perplexing, and at one point so frustrating recently that Don Mattingly yanked him out of a game in the 4th inning. He didn't slide, trying to break up 2, and was rather cavalier in catching a couple of fly balls in right field. Skip Schumacher was placed in the game. They had a little meeting afterward, Puig and Don Mattingly. And Puig got the message to the media after the ball game. Donnie said very simply, I thought Schumacher gave us a better chance to win the game.
It was handled internally.
Yep.
That's the Joe Torre side of Don Mattingly. The Don Mattingly side of playing in New York a number of years and handling the media as a player. All the other media attention he had to handle as a bench coach, hitting coach, and now manager of the Dodgers. It's amazing how he was really dumb in April and May and then got real smart about mid-June, huh?
That's exactly what his funny said that. Kiddingly, that's exactly what I said to him this morning. I said, "You're still around?" I said, I thought you were a bad manager. He goes, "I'm still a bad manager." He goes, "But they're keeping me around."
His son, Preston Mattingly, a #1 draft pick by the Dodgers prior to him working there, retired and is now playing basketball at Lamar for Bobby Knight's son. Was a, Donnie said, pretty good player in high school. Decided to go back and do it again.
He had, and I assume still does, he's a young guy, 40+ inch hops, very athletic. He's the 1-2 on Puig. Bettis tried to bust him in at 95. It's 2-2. Pretty interesting. Best batting average since the All-Star break among rookies. And it's 1-2 with Arenado and Puig. Oh, what a cat double play! DJ LeMahieu. We were talking about hops. Nice to have 6'4" height and hops. Puig, Rob, double play, get off the field. Yeah. Look at this play by LeMahieu.
Skies up, grabs the baseball. Timing had to be just perfect. Hit extremely hard off the bat of Puig. And then now you look up on a Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. You can really see how high he got off of the ground to go get that baseball. Rutledge, soon as the ball's hit, made the break, eventually gets there, and then the tag to get Kershaw. Tell you what, that crowd loved it.
Charlie Blackmon at the plate against Kershaw. 8-9-1 in the second. On the inside corner for a strike. I was talking to Kadire this morning about Kershaw's stuff and what makes him so good. And he said something I thought that was very interesting. He said he hides the ball very well. His fastball either cuts late or will dive away from a right-handed hitter. And because of the movement and how late you pick it up off his body line, he goes 92 seems like 97. And then he mentioned here's a base hit for Blackman going the other way. He mentioned some other guys that, you know, if you see it early, 97 can seem like 92.
I mean, you read it right out of the hand. It's as true as it can be.
Charlie continues to impress. Chad Bettis coming up. Here's our league leaders. It's brought to you by Inova Cancer Care, treating prostate and lung cancer in 5 days or less. Get a Nova opinion. Kershaw, the 172, lowest ERA since 2000. Pedro Martinez, a 174. Clemens, Greinke, Martinez on there again. And Bettis, and it's not handled at short by Hanley Ramirez on the low throw by Adrian Gonzalez. Everybody's safe.
That's an error on Adrian. I mean, that ball bounced well out in front of Hanley. You've got a chance to make a double play here. Normally a very good thrower, normally a very good fielder, but that's 10 errors right now on Gonzalez for the year. Don Mattingly kind of shaking the head today. Did we got a bet all right? You know what's going on here? Because he got planted in plenty of time, dove that ball well onto the grass. Bad throw, error on Gonzalez.
That's a fielder's choice E3. See if the Rockies can capitalize. Back at the top of the order, Rutledge walked his first time and stole a base.
Uribe thinking he may bunt again. He's 2 steps in front of the bag with Rutledge up.
Still not a bad play if you feel like you could push one.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, because you got Adrian there, Ellis is deep at second. Push one up the line. I mean, Kershaw's a great athlete, but you're still moving everybody second and third, and you got 2, 3, 4 coming up behind you.
Yeah. Now you wouldn't do it.
No, not on 0-2 count. It's something to think about early on, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't it easy to manage up here?
Certainly.
3-pitch strikeout instead of Rutledge.
That's the first strikeout of the ball game for Kershaw.
198 on the year.
That'll bring up DJ LeMahieu. Autoglass damage, call Safelite Autoglass 303-287-5000 or go to safelight.com. LeMahieu a single in that first inning. And the great defensive play a moment ago. Kershaw with an 0-1 count after the 93-mile-an-hour heater. Todd Helton yesterday produced career hit number 2,500. This lineup this afternoon has 2,313 lifetime hits coming in, and most of those are owned by Kadire. Michael with more than 1,300 of those knocks. One and two. Kershaw in the same high school, around the same time as Matthew Stafford, Highland Park in Dallas, an affluent suburb of Dallas. Stafford, the former Georgia star, and now the quarterback of the Detroit Lions. 1-2, and a nice job protecting by DJ away.
Are you looking for a unique place to come out and hold a business meeting? Ask about the Super Suite Conference Center located along the first base line. So if you'd like to bring a group of people out here and you want to have a really nice venue to do some things, this is the place to do it.
Another 1-2. Big curveball, strike 3. DJ thought that was high. See where it came across the 4th strike zone.
Well, the reason he thinks it's high, it's not where it's caught, it's where it came across. And that ball seemed to come across about belt high on a breaker ball. And Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo, I can understand why he thought that pitch was high.
Kadire, a roller up the third base line to drive in a run in the 1st inning. 2 outs now, 1st and 2nd. This ball's pretty well hit to center field. Ethier will get there. So the Rockies get a couple runners on by a hit and an error. Do not score again. 3-1, they lead going to the 3rd. Kershaw. Time for the big hit presented by Mako, the company that repairs all kinds of hits. What do you think we're going to show you? 3-2, 97-mile-an-hour fastball lined down the left field line. Todd Helton into second base with a double. Career hit number 2,500. Check out your local Mako for collision repairs and auto painting for as low as $399. Visit Mako.com today. And on the day he got number 2,500, the following day he rests. We have a really, you see Brandon Phillips in that picture. We have a really, I think, neat thing to give you an idea of the respect that Todd has with his brethren in the league. This was an Instagram sent out by Brandon Phillips after the ball game. I'll read it for you because it's pretty small print. Shout out and congrats to one of the best first basemen to play the game, Todd Helton, aka the Todd Father, for reaching 2,500 career hits and an amazing career. Future Hall of Famer in my book. Hope he enjoyed my gifts, these purple flowers, and my signed bat. Laugh out loud, Brandon Phillips.
You know, I'm going to tell you, be honest about something. First time my daughter ever texted me, because you know I just learned how to do that a while back. The LOL thing, what do you think I thought that meant? Love you lots.
Is that right? You mean that?
I was like,
Love
text,
you.
I text that back, love you lots. I text this back, right?
Yeah.
She goes, Dad, laugh out loud. Get with the idea, okay? I said, hey, I just learned how to do it yesterday.
And I think they've moved on. You know, LOL more often now is ha-ha.
Is that what it is?
But classy maneuver there by Brandon
no
Phillips.
question. I just wonder how he got those purple flowers ordered that fast.
Really?
You know, 8th inning to the game over, and they were on a bus leaving town.
Must have gotten help from Alan Bossert, visiting clubhouse manager. 2-0 on Adrian Gonzalez. Rockies employ the shift. Adrian hit that chopper to second that Puig interfered with LeMahieu on. Bettis had a rough ride in the first inning through 32 pitches. Couldn't find the strike zone. Fortunate to get out of it, only giving up 1 run. This is pulled foul. And then the Rockies got 3 in the first against Kershaw. Which, if you get 3 in a game against Kershaw, it's unexpected.
Well, to get 3 really gave him a break in the dugout, too. Gave him time to sit back and wait a minute, go, all right, hey, this is what I got to change out here. And, you know, not that it worked out of the last inning on a line drive, but yet out of the inning, no runs.
2-2. Swung on and missed. 94 upstairs. Strikeout number 3 for Bettis.
Elevated fastball had been down the entire time. Threw this ball above his hands. Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. You can see that 4-seam fastball with a little bit of tail on it. Got by in a hurry.
Hanley Ramirez walked his initial plate appearance. Hanley had yesterday afternoon off. At the bottom of the zone this time. Looked like a little cutter. Hanley had a career best 19-game hitting streak earlier in the summer. That's fouled off.
Oh, bee sting.
Just goes to show you, wherever you are in the ballpark, keep your eyes on home plate. Nobody yelled 4.
That was nice.
It's a hard way to get a baseball. Painful way. 1-2. DJ stays on it. That was a hard hit baseball. 2 outs. Andre Ethier will be coming up. Dodgers have won 4 straight coming into today's ball game. Wells Fargo customers, get your 2-for-1 Rockies club level tickets by going to wellsfargo.com/Rockies. Wells Fargo Bank. Member FDIC. Ethier hit a ground ball to first. Pacheco was throwing a second, trying to start a double play, and hit Hanley Ramirez in the back. Actually, I think it hit him in the helmet. So it was an error on Jordan.
There it is again, right here, right there. Just caught the side of it, and then it ricocheted off, and a pretty good rip shot to Rutten.
Two and out. Three and out. Here's the 3-0 to Ethier. That's a strike. Ethier hasn't damaged the Rockies much this year. Had a lot of big hits in the past. Just a .217 hitter this year against Colorado in 46 at bats. And a walk. That's the third walk issued by Bettis. Mark Ellis will come up. So here's what the Dodgers have been up to of late. 23 wins in August, the most wins in a month since they moved from Brooklyn. 18-3 on the road since the All-Star break. That's pretty good.
You think?
And they have their largest division lead since 1977, when the guy who's coaching first base, Davey Lopes, was one of the stars of the Dodgers. Davey, as good a base running teacher as there is in the game. Dave Roberts. This is going to get you in the bullpen earlier than you want. Bettis has thrown too many balls in the game. 66 pitches now as he works in the third inning. Got 2 outs.
Hot dog night's coming up. That's right. September the 3rd, first 10,000, and we'll get a $1 hot dog coupon for a Hebrew National $1 hot dog. That's tomorrow. Make sure you're here for that ball game on Tuesday. Get your tickets for this game against the Dodgers today. You're here at the yard. You're walking around. You're watching the game on TV. Go get your ticket.
To third, Arenado spins and throws up the line, safe.
Did he get him on his shoulder?
And no argument.
I thought he touched him on the shoulder. I thought Pacheco did. Ranging far to his glove side, the left side of things. Watch right here on the Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. Right there. Got him. Out.
Well, they'll give Ellis a base hit on that. Two on for A.J. Ellis. Oh, and 1. Inside. Right center field, and this is going to get at least 1 home. And now they're going to send another run. Wallach had said, "Come on," to Ellis, and Ellis slammed on the brakes. It's 3-2.
He's out.
On the,
if he would have came, he's out by 15 feet.
On the base hit by A.J. Ellis, but the walk, and then the play that Arenado, he's given a hit, but that's a play we've seen Nolan make. It's costly.
Yeah, it really is, too. You're going to look at a ball that's up in the strike zone. It appeared, because of the way it started out of the hand, probably a slider. But his slider at 88, 89, a little bit below the average fastball. A lot of hitters can get to that when you make a mistake with it, and that's what happened. Chad left it up into the strike zone, and then coming around third base, he said, whoop, wait a minute. That ball got back in a hurry to DJ. And if he tries to score, he's out by quite a large margin.
Uribe, big cut.
Stay away from him.
He wants the ball in.
And the reason Drew and I talk about that all the time is because of what he does with his front side. If you watch shoulder, rear end, and foot, it's all going to step straight back. He's wanting that thing right in here and elevated. Right there. Pretty good hack at it.
You've said it many times. You would never teach that. You want to be even with where you land.
Well, you would hope. I mean, you watch right here. You want to be right in here in this direction. You can see how far he pulls off the baseball. But when it's coming right down on that inner half of the plate, you better have some really good giddy up on it. If he's looking in there, he'll go get after you.
Delayed steal, throw to second. Now you got to watch Ellis. Mark Ellis. AJ's tied up. Here he comes, and they got the out first, I believe. Out was recorded before Mark Ellis crossed home plate. No run for the Dodgers on that play. They got a run earlier in the inning. So it's 3-2. Don Mattingly is going to argue with Larry Vanover. The out has to be recorded prior to Mark Ellis crossing home plate.
Well, I'm glad Rutledge took off flying on that and got to the baseball. Pacheco's going to take off with it right here. Didn't go home, made the decision to get the out. If A.J. Ellis stops, then it's probably it would have worked in the Dodger favor, but it does not.
There's the tag, and this is on time code, so this is the exact same place that the runner is. He's nowhere close to the plate.
Well, look, you can see it. Williams walking off the field.
Rockies lead it 3-2. A split of the video. Mark Ellis is on the left. A.J. Ellis is trying to stay in the rundown long enough. Tag, and clearly Mark Ellis has not scored yet. Good call. Rosario takes a curveball for a strike. 74 pitches, though, for Chad Bettis through 3 innings. Rockies got 3 in the first against Clayton Kershaw. They had 2 base runners with nobody out last inning, and then Kershaw got a couple of strikeouts and a deep fly ball off the bat of Kadire to end the inning. Rosario will walk it off. Williams got a 6-game hitting streak, 12 for his last 21.
Even though they wear that protection, they didn't protect that. That's right on top of the foot. His protection runs over on the shin and the ball of the foot, the bone there in the ankle, but that caught all flesh there. That wasn't any fun.
1-2. He went. That's the third strikeout for Kershaw. Arenado will be coming up. Let's check in again with Mark Stout. Mark?
All right, guys, let's get you your Frost Brewed, Coors Light, Cold Hard Fact. This has to do with Todd Helton. In the last 50 years, there are now 8 players that have played for one franchise and have recorded 2,500 career hits. You'll know the others by their first or last names. George Brett, Robin Yount, Cal Ripken, Tony Gwynn, all in the Hall of Fame. Then it's Craig Biggio, Chipper Jones, and Derek Jeter. And, of course, Helton joins that list as of yesterday. Those are impressive names to talk about.
Yes, they are.
Hall of Fame names.
Indeed.
One strike on Arenado.
Notice something about Kershaw here in the third? Lots of breaking balls.
Yeah, second time through.
Man, I just don't think he's confident with the command of his fastball. To get your arm slot back quicker than anything, go to something off speed. Slider this time.
Back up the middle, base hit for Arenado. 6th hit for the Rockies against Kershaw. 1 out, Arenado at first. That'll bring up Charlie Culberson, who had a double down the right field line his first plate appearance.
Kershaw, when this ball was hit, went to the knee on the other side to get out of the way of the baseball. Most hits given up in 9 innings so far, or in any start, I should say, for Kershaw, was 8 on the season. That came against the Colorado Rockies on May 31st here in Colorado. Just too shy of tying that for the year.
Culberson lets it fly. 0-1.
Drew, I'm pretty excited about after the game. You going to go with me?
Where are we going?
Yoga Day on the field for yoga.
This is a double play ball. There's 1, there's 2.
Does that mean no?
I will get back to you.
Okay.
All right, I will get back to you. And if I haven't, trust that I will. 3-2 Rockies off to the 4th. first inning. This is pulled to Jordan Pacheco with the bases loaded, but his throw hit Hanley Ramirez. A run score. Run was going to score anyhow. As the Rockies turned it over, there was nobody out. Rockies would get back in the first inning with 3 of their own. The Dyer at the infield hit, then the soft single by Rosario brought a run home. In the third inning, it was A.J. Ellis unloading a run-scoring single with 2 outs to bring Ethier home. And then the Rockies averted more damage. A.J. Ellis intentionally tried to get in a pickle and stay in a pickle. He could not. Long enough for Mark Ellis to score. Cooney Lexus look back where Luxury has a new address now open in Greenwood Village, and Juan Uribe starts the 4th with a base hit. Clayton Kershaw coming up in what normally would be a bunting situation.
Look back as soon as the base hit happened to Don Mattingly versus going through a sequence of signs from Mr. Wallach, Tim Wallach, third base coach, that just automatically told him what to do.
That almost would look like a hit and run swing.
Well, just slap it. He saw Arenado coming up from behind him. You're talking about a guy, the home run, 8 RBIs. And I know for the season, the average not up what it normally has been, but 164, not bad for a pitcher. And then the RBIs, of course, really good. Nolan came charging in on that, and he appeared to just slap at it.
Foul ball.
Ball barely rolled foul right here at the end. You know what I'm thinking in my mind? Verlaine let that thing go foul, but I think he thought it was fair as much or close to it. Went ahead and fired to first base, but the good part is Kershaw had to run 90 feet hard.
Pulled it back. Kershaw gets the bunt down and the tying run to second in Juan Uribe. 1-4 on that sac bunt. Carl Crawford will come up. College football fans, don't miss Mountain West football on Root Sports this Saturday. 2 o'clock, Wyoming and Idaho from War Memorial in Laramie. It's the best of Mountain West football right here on Root Sports. Jeff Houston, a graduate of the University of Wyoming, but you knew that. Crawford a walk and a single. Crawford, the active leader in triples in Major League Baseball.
The Rockies
is 16 of them.
The Rockies taking advantage of runners in scoring position so far in this game, 3 for 8. The Dodgers so far 1 for 6.
Rosario going out.
Join the Rockies on September the 22nd for Country on the Rocks. That's right, featuring post-game concert by country music icon Ronnie Dunn. The concert will be free to all fans who have a ticket to the ball game. It's Rockies Diamondbacks, so if you don't have yours, go get it. 303 Rockies or Rockies.com. Ronnie Dunn, September the 22nd.
Two and one on Crawford. .82 pitches in here in the fourth inning. Rockies had to utilize their bullpen for 7 innings yesterday because of the injury to Chatwood. Blackman's got it. Uribe trying to move up.
Good job, Bettis. Got right in line with the throw. Didn't get complacent back there, knowing it could be an opportunity to get there. And that's a good job by Bettis as a pitcher to get in position.
Puig coming up.
Well, here's what you're supposed to do as a pitcher. You're looking and looking. Where is the flight of this ball? Get in line with the throw, be able to move. Square your body so you can go side to side in a hurry.
Puig a single and a line drive that turned into a double play on a great stab by LeMahieu. Here it is again.
There was a great play by LeMahieu. Jumped with the timing to go up and get this baseball, flip the double play, and out of the inning.
Swung on and missed. We were talking Rookie of the Year candidates yesterday. Puig has got more attention than any player perhaps in the game, and people wonder, well, you know, he missed 2 months. He's playing in Double-A ball. Would he be strongly considered based on the fact that he's not going to play close to a full season up here, and that gets Puig. Well, if you're hearing boos, there are a number of Dodger fans here.
Running fastball, trying to work to the outside corner, just comes in and catches him right on the back of the arm. All that on the Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo out of center field.
If you go back to 1959, Willie McCovey was a unanimous selection as Rookie of the Year, and Willie played in only 52 games that year, and he did hit .354, 13 home runs, 38 ribbies. So there's precedence for a guy not playing close to a full year and becoming Rookie of the Year. And Puig has already played more than McCovey played that year. And today is Puig's 80th game. Oh, 1 on Adrian Gonzalez. 3 walks and a hit batter in 4 innings by Bettis. He's living dangerously against this Dodger lineup. Pitch number 90 upcoming on a 1-2 count to Adrian Gonzalez. Runners at first and third. Got it. Good pitch by Bettis as he strikes out Gonzalez for the 2nd time in the game. Keeps it a 3-2 affair, middle of 4. Good curveball. to you by the Ford Fusion. Quality you want and power you deserve. Ford Fusion, go further. By the Courtyard by Marriott, Western elegance in the cultural heart of the city. By Jeep, visit Jeep.com to learn more. And by Southwest Airlines, find our fares online only at Southwest.com. Fourth inning at Coors Field. Hey there. Rockies leading Clayton Kershaw on the Dodgers 3-2. Drew Goodman along with George Frazier and Mark Stout. The first pitch to Jordan Pacheco is a strike. Jordan grounded to third. Charlie Blackmon will be next.
Todd, a very nice night last night with his family after getting 2,500 hits.
So here is where he ranks after yesterday. 584 on the doubles list is 17. Pretty impressive. This ball's turned on deep left field. Got a chance if it stays up off the very top of the wall. It'll be a double for Pacheco. Jordan turned on that and hit a bullet. Rockies not treating Kershaw like Kershaw, are they?
Not like he's used to getting treated when he shows up, but he's got a lot of elevated fastballs today. Jordan taking advantage of one here. If it's an inch to the right, it's up the tunnel. You see how close this is to getting out of the ballpark. It just hit on the left side of that pillar. On the right side, probably going to scoot on out of here.
Blackmon shot a single to left his first time up. Pacheco with his first career hit, 13 at bats against Kershaw. Standing at second base, leading off the fourth. Rockies by a run. Two balls and a strike. Outfield straight up for Blackmon. And Charlie, since he hit that home run on the Utah Street at Camden Yards, hitting .341. Hit another home run since then. He's got 3 doubles as well, slugging at .561. 9 for 19 on this homestand. Battled so many injuries, foot, other maladies. A misfortune of missing a bunch of time the last couple of years. E.J. Ellis kept Pacheco at second with that block. Good idea. I like that.
3-2 count. Charlie base hit last time up. Sliced the ball to left field on him. Just take your time. Make him take your time and disrupt some things on what Kershaw is trying to do on the mound.
And Charlie pokes it to right, base hit. Pacheco will stop in deference to the arm of Puig. Second time Stu Cole has honored the great throwing arm of Yasiel Puig. It's first and third, nobody out. And you have Bettis coming up.
Sixth two-strike hit by Rockies hitters in this ball game against Clayton Kershaw, one of the best left-handers in baseball. Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo, nasty pitch down and away slider. Charlie got it well ahead of the pitch and then just pulled it into the outfield. And now Bettis, you got a bunt play on first and third. You got to make sure all the assignments are right. Watch this throw in for Puig that not going to have a play at the plate.
Puig has done a better job of hitting cutoff men. When he first got to the big leagues, he threw it from the warning track to the plate. They fly over everybody, but he
did it earlier in this ball game. Did it earlier in this game all the way on the fly.
Bettis, a good bunt. That work that he's done is paying off. Adrian flips it to Mark Ellis and sack bunt, 1 out, 2 in scoring position with the Rockies up 3-2.
MLB.com at-bat is celebrating 5 years as your #1 mobile app for live baseball. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At-bat delivers Rockies baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, highlights, and a whole lot more.
Real important here, I hate to state the obvious, that Rutledge, with his speed, gets the ball in play. Second and third, the infield's back. Rutledge, one of the reasons he was sent out was not making consistent contact, hitting .211. He had 51 strikeouts in 228 at bats. And this ball is popped up. Mark Ellis going back. Now let's see if Pacheco went down a third of the way. The only reason I thought he may tag on that, sometimes with an infielder having the momentum going away from home plate, you can take a shot.
And later in the ball game, you got a game that's tied, maybe then you take your shot. Otherwise, I think you're taking a chance this early in the game. He's about 50 to 75 feet behind second.
DJ LeMahieu trying to come through with a 2-out hit, single in the first and scored a run, caught looking on a curveball in the second. They snared that cleanly?
No, I don't think so. His hand isn't hurting at all. Got it right off the ricochet.
Nice job, Dad.
Dodger hand, there he is right here, about to get it, gone. Oh, but I almost had it.
2-strike count. Kershaw steps off the bat.
Well, remember, 8 hits by the Rockies right now ties a season high, which the Rockies had against Kershaw back on May 31st. Of the 8 hits, 6 have been 2-strike hits. Not being able to finish guys off, something he has done all year long against the other opposition.
He struck out 3 in the game, so he's reached 200 for the season. Again. Fouled off. 4 straight years, 200+ innings, 200+ strikeouts. His career high in innings, 233 in 2011. Last year he went 14-9 with a 2.53 ERA, 227 2/3. One, two. This ball's lathered in deep center field. Ethier's going to get there. Well, DJ has seen the ball well against Kershaw today. Rockies lead 2 in scoring position. 3-2 they lead going to the 5th. Here, Mark Ellis. Let's check the Coors Light freeze cam. Yasiel Puig thought he had a base hit. Instead, it turned into a double play. Look at the hops there by DJ LeMahieu. And the flip to Rutledge to complete the double play. That's brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Puig is 1 for 2 and hit by a pitch in this ball game. Ramirez a walk and a ground ball to second. Hanley will come up here in the 5th inning. In all likelihood, this will be it for Chad Bettis. 90 pitches right now.
Interesting note, the Dodgers 55-13 in the last 68 games. More losses to the Rockies, I believe, than any other team. 3 of those 13. Doug's going to confirm it in just a minute.
High fly ball to left field. He just missed this. Culberson will have a play. 1 out. Andre Ethier will come up. Toyota Talk inning. Do umpires watch the ball cross the plate or enter the mid? Doris in northern Colorado. It's where the ball crosses the front of the plate.
Yeah, and a lot of times, though, umpires get fooled, like that high curveball on the strikeout of DJ LeMahieu. That wasn't where it crossed. It was more where they received it. But sometimes it works that way in a favor. They're supposed to, obviously, what Drew's talking about, across the plate. But a lot of times when it gets pushed out by catchers on a hard sinker or slider, it gets taken away from him.
Andre Ethier with 1 out.
Most umpires would tell you, you know, they have guidelines like from wherever they squat down, from the mask down, it's going to be a ball. That's going to be my height of the strike zone, width of the knees, watch it pass. I mean, they do a lot of different ways to do this, but they're so monitored now and graded after every game behind home plate, on the field.
This ball golfed to deep right center field. Nobody's going to get it. And Ethier is going to stop at second with a 1-out double. When is Cargo going to be back in the lineup? Good possibility that could happen tomorrow.
1 for 3 in his rehab last night. By the way, Roy Oswalt will make a start in Grand Junction, I believe, tomorrow.
That is correct. That'll be tomorrow.
Come back.
We can't make any more starts after that, Grand Junction.
Well, they play actually till the 17th.
They do go to the 17th?
Yeah, they go deeper. I think 17th and 15th is their last ball game. Because they don't start till June the 17th after the draft. It's 10 days after the draft, I think, is when they get started. Jeff Manship in the bullpen the other night, worked an innings, had a strikeout.
Mark Ellis, and Kadire gets there. And now the guy who had the clutch 2-out hit in the 3rd inning to drive in a run, A.J. Ellis.
Well, Walt's trying to do right now is get the young right-hander to win. If he can leave this inning with the lead 3-2, even though the pitch counts at 95, you know, now you can go to your bullpen, hope you can throw up 4 zeros out of your bullpen.
Good pitch. What are Helton's career home and road stats? I assume that's what Greg means. He's hitting. I had him down here. So he's hit 288 out on the road. He's hit 61% of his home runs at Coors Field. He's hit 346 at Coors Field. But listen. There's a big disparity. He's not the only player to have a significant home road disparity. Maybe not that large of Hall of Fame members. But if you're always going to point to Coors Field, then what you're stating is no position player can ever make the Hall of Fame if he calls Coors Field home for an extended period. That's unfair. Your home field is where it is. For instance, Clayton Kershaw is great by any measure. However, he is aided by pitching half of his games in a terrific pitcher's ballpark.
Wait a minute. You said half? How about when you go to San Francisco, San Diego in your division?
Very good point. In addition to that, you're right. He's probably going to make at least a half a dozen starts annually at either Petco or AT&T. We don't penalize Clayton Kershaw, nor should we. You don't penalize, or you didn't penalize a couple of years ago when Tim Lincecum won a couple of Cy Young awards that he got to pitch at AT&T Park.
4 starts this year at one of those ballparks, on top of what he's had at home.
1-2 on A.J. Ellis. Ooh, just missed.
And that was one of those fastballs. Bettis looked back and said, all right, I'm letting this fly. I'm on a 1-2 count. I hope he swings and misses this thing. I know I'm on a short leash right now. I can't walk him. Got to get the out. All the above.
Two-two. And now 3-2. Good block by Willeen. Bettis wants to make sure this one. He's going to summon Willeen.
You just want to make sure you're on the right pitch. You know you're on the string, and I just said it a minute ago. I mean, your pitch count's sitting at 101 right now, and you feel like you kind of push that envelope as a manager and as a pitching coach already. Trying to first and foremost win the ball game, and you're trying to make the right move to win the ball game.
Well, I always go back to something you said so many times, and that is you have to go not with what maybe the hitter's perceived weakness is, but what your best pitch is.
Absolutely.
Biggest pitch. His fastball is his best pitch.
Why do you want to get beat on something secondary pitch? You got the ball up and in here. Now you're kind of pushing it on Walt to finish it up. And I'm sure fans would be a little disappointed if he goes out and gets him right now. No more than Chad Bettis, but he's also looking out for the safety of the player and his ball club trying to win the game.
He's going to give him
I would think he'd give him a rebate, one more shot at a rebate, right-handed hitter.
You have Kershaw after that.
Exactly.
That's how you earn a moniker as a player's manager also.
But you also grow up a little bit on the mound.
That's a strike. Question for you, George. Would you ever be a pitching coach in the big leagues? Gilbert from Thornton.
Well, good question.
That's why
I
he
really think I would have more fun with the kids in rookie ball. I think it's such an important time of their young careers that I would really like to have that opportunity sometime, because I think down there you look at the clubs that do a really good job with it. They have older guys working with those younger kids, guys that have been in the big leagues, guys that understand the game. Things go bad, put your arm around and be a little grandfather for them. San Francisco Giants, Atlanta Braves.
I like that answer. 2-strike count on Uribe. Line drive to right on a high fastball. It's going to tie up the game. Ethier will score. A.J. Ellis stops at third. It's a double for Uribe. Bettis tried to go above the hands. You're going to give Uribe a single and moving up on the throw.
See how the pitch ran back, though. They wanted to go down with it. They went up with it. And by going up, he kind of forced Walt into this situation with the high pitch count, 105 pitches right now, bottom of the order. Even though you got Kershaw coming up, the game just got tied up. You don't want to get carried away here. So Manship will come in, try to work and maneuver out of this fifth inning with the game tied 3-3. Both ball clubs with 8 hits. Both ball clubs with an error in the ball game.
Bettis with a high pitch count, 105, as George said, in 4 2/3. The education continues for the young right-hander. We're in a 3-3 game.
About Rob Scahill is on for the Rockies. He's about to face Actually, it's Jeff Manship is on for the Rockies, about to face Clayton Kershaw. With this being Labor Day, I wanted to find out the top hitting pitchers in the National League and in all of baseball, because they got to do two things. They've got to pitch and hit, so they got to do double duty. Here they are, the top 10. Kershaw had a hit in his earlier AB, so he's at 11 now. And if you look at that list, Greinke's atop, a Dodger. There are 5 of the 10 in the ballpark today. Greinke's on there, Chacin and Chatwood with the Rockies, and Kershaw and Ryu. So, as you guys have said, dangerous hitter at the plate in this situation. In terms of pitchers that can hit.
Absolutely, he can swing it. And Zach Greinke and Clayton Kershaw have helped themselves out a ton this year. 1-0. Shoot, Greinke had a stolen base yesterday, also his second of the year. It's been a while since a pitcher had a couple of bags in a season. And just as Mark said it, he's going to knock in 2 with a base hit off Manship.
RBI leader now.
And the Dodgers now have a 5-3 lead. Clayton Kershaw with his 9th and 10th RBIs of the year. And Walt was doing his best to try to get Chad Bettis a victory, and now Bettis is on the losing end of things. There's too much traffic.
Yeah, too much traffic. Left the ball game second and third. Got a fastball up and around from Manship up in the sky. When that happens, you got a pretty good athlete at home plate. He didn't try to hit it hard. He just went to the opposite field with it. 2 of them coming around, and I mentioned just a minute ago the most RBIs by a pitcher now in the National League. Kershaw, Scott Feldman of the Baltimore Orioles with 8. Man, interleague play. He must swing pretty good.
Well, he was with the Cubs.
I know. I just check and see if you remember.
In the air to right. And Kadire makes a catch. Crawford retired. 3 runs in the inning for the Dodgers, and they now have a 5-3 lead. Company, a ready-to-eat energizing superfood. You can add any dish that's healthy and delicious. By Dodge, visit Dodge.com or your local Dodge dealer today. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. What's next is the Rockies now have a deficit. They're down 5-3. They had a 3-1 lead. Thank you for texting in during Toyota Talk. Tracy Ringlesby will answer another Toyota Talk question before the end of the ball game if you go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/RootSportsRN. Rockies here in the 5th inning will have Kadire, Rosario, and Arenado against Kershaw, who's given up 8 hits in the game. The only other time he's given up 8 in a game this year came against the Rockies. But It's been more about Clayton Kershaw with the bat today than Clayton Kershaw with a baseball in his hand. And another base hit for Michael Kadire. 6 for his last 7 at the plate. Season high 9 hits allowed by Kershaw.
Let's take a look on the Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. Watch a bat explode because it's a cutter that gets in, gets right under the label. But because it's elevated, it's not hit on the ground. And because of the strength of Kadire, it's flipped into the outfield.
Here's Rosario, RBI single in the first, also a strikeout inside on Moline. Two and 0.
Start of the ball game a little cooler than what it is right now. Start at 2 o'clock right now. You're looking at 88 degrees. 4:09 in the afternoon. It's a little warm downtown today. How you doing, Sammy? All right.
That catches the zone 2-1.
New York Mets have signed Aaron Harang. He's been with a few clubs this week or this year, hadn't he?
He just got designated by Seattle. It's 3-2. Let's ask our AT&T trivia question. Michael Kadire finished a triple shy of the cycle yesterday for the 13th time in his career. Who's the all-time leader in falling a triple short of the cycle? That's a great question. Got to be somebody who did a lot of damage.
A lot of digging, though.
Yeah, a lot of damage. Maybe not the fastest guy.
Ernie Banks. Just threw that out there.
That's a good guess.
Trying to dive to that outside and jump up on top of that ball. That's a pitch that's very difficult, right or left-handed, to get on top of and drive when the ball's up and away from it. Minnesota over Houston at 10-6 in a barn burner. Two teams combined. Oh, boy. Well, he knew it. I didn't know if I was going to agree with Vanover just on the reaction from Moline. Second time he struck out today after a base hit in his first at bat. Yep, it does. It's a cutter to the outside at 84 miles an hour. Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo may not be perfectly throwing where they want it. Looking at the overhead, I think it's right on the corner.
Got back in there. Arenado a base hit up the middle last time. He's 1 for 2. Nolan drives this ball to deep left center field. Kadire should be able to score. Off the base of the wall, Michael will score easily on the double by Nolan Arenado. Boy, almost knocked the stitching off that baseball. That was crushed. 5-4 game.
47 RBIs as these two Rookie of the Year candidates go head-to-head. Arenado and Puig from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Arenado does get in at a high fastball. Look at Kershaw. He's thinking, just stay in the yard, please. He knew he'd made a mistake, and Arenado had made him pay for it on the Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. You could check the fly to the ball. It was close.
Tying run at second, one out. Charlie Culberson at the plate. And this is in the air to shallow center, but not shallow enough. Ethier grabs it, 2 outs, and that'll bring up Jordan Pacheco.
Just the third time that he has given up 4 runs in a ball game. Talking about Kershaw, he did it against St. Louis May 26th, then against San Diego on June 21st, and then now here at Coors Field.
The April 17th game, only 3 of those runs were earned. So in terms of earned runs, he's never given up more than 4 in a game this year. Rockies 4 runs, 10 hits against Clayton Kershaw, and we're in just the 5th inning. Jordan had a double off the top of the left field wall his last time up. Another well hit ball against Kershaw. Two-0 pitch for Pacheco. Line shot, base hit. This will tie up the baseball game. Ethier's throw is not going to be in time. Jordan Pacheco with a clutch base hit in the 5th, and it's 5-5. By far the hardest Kershaw's been hit all season long.
Well, the hits, this is the most hits. 11 given up by Kershaw in 4 2/3 innings, 5 runs. But at the start of this show, we told you that Kershaw's record 8-5 with a 334 earned run average, and that earned run average will go up now after this outing at Coors Field.
It's not just the hits, it's the brand of the hits. I mean, a lot of balls squared up. Pacheco has 2 of those. Charlie Blackmon's 2 for 2. Well, this is an interesting graphic. Best records by a starter when getting 4 or more runs of support. Clayton Kershaw in his career is 51-0. He's never lost a game when the Dodgers have given him at least 4. They've given him 5 today, but it's now a 5-5 game. Ed Whitson in his career went 78-0.
Until he played for the Yankees.
I was going to say, didn't you play with Whitson?
No.
Kirk McCaskill.
Billy beat him up a lot.
Yeah, those two did fight, didn't they? There's a line drive, but it's right at Hanley Ramirez. Everything hard against Kershaw today. Got to take advantage. Rockies have so far. It's 5-5. 5 with the Dodgers as we go to the 6th inning. Good AT&T trivia question today. Michael Kadire, triple shy of the cycle yesterday. 13 times that's happened where he's had a single, double, and a home run in a game. The all-time leader in falling a triple short of the cycle. You said Ernie Banks, George. Luke Gehrig 42 times. A-Rod 39. Babe Ruth 38. Ted Williams 35. Barry Bonds 35. All-time triple shy of the cycle for the Rockies. Todd Helton 25. Larry Walker 18. Matt Holliday 16. Dave Bichette 14. Atkins, Ellis Burks, Troy Tulowitzki 12. And it's happened 207 times this year in baseball. All you wanted to know about being a triple shy of the cycle.
And what's weird about a cycle, I mean, you know, think about it, it doesn't happen. How many times has it happened this year in baseball? And to say there was 204 other chances that close to getting a cycle?
Well, but that's not, to me, that's not close. To me, what's close is what happened with yesterday with Brandon Phillips, 2 days ago with Brandon Phillips, when he had the triple-double home run.
Yeah, but my point is you're one hit away from a cycle 204 times this year.
But But that's the hardest piece to get.
I understand it's the hardest. I'm just saying it's not like a no-hitter. How many guys carry no-hitters into the 7th all year long? I mean, like a cycle, 204, that's a lot of guys with a chance to do it.
Yeah, well, you like to give Dougie hard projects. Doug, how many times did the guy fall in as Phillips did a single shot this year, if that's not too onerous?
Dougie acted like that was like going out to get a grape or something. He was like, yeah, sure. Hold on a minute. I'll have it.
3-0 on Yasiel Puig. Jeff Manship, with nobody warming up, has got to keep this game right where it is. He's in the thick part of their lineup, 2, 3, and 4. Final line for Bettis, 4 2/3, 5 runs, all of them earned, 8 hits, 4 walks. He hit a batter, he struck out 4. Three and 2 on Yasiel Puig. Hard on the ground to third. Arenado's got it. He said Pacheco's off the bat.
Well, the throw from Arenado pulled him off. It had a little sail to it because he saw Puig come out of the box flying. And it just appeared maybe Nolan's hand got a little bit sideways on it, and the ball sailed. We'll have a better look at it here in just a minute. But it was the hustle of 66 that made it turn in this way. Hit extremely hard. Nolan's back in the shadows. That makes it difficult to catch it anyway. You see how that ball sailed a little bit and sank? You're going to see it right here in just a minute. Watch. Right here is sinking, and Pacheco's foot does come off. Right here. That comes off right there as he goes out to catch the baseball.
Ninth error on Nolan Arenado. You know, if Todd does hang it up this year, how many more errors will occur? You and I were having this conversation.
You know, that'd be a great Toyota Talk question tomorrow. How many more errors do you think will happen without Todd at first base on throws from infielders to him?
Well,
picks in the dirt.
Is it Saturday, tomorrow? What day is today? Monday.
Today's Monday.
We'll do it on Friday.
Saturday.
We'll do it on Friday.
Do it on Friday.
That's a base hit. And Puig's going to go first to third. And now Houston, we have a problem. Well, they may have a problem. Puig looks like he hurt himself sliding. Davey Lopes told me today part of the issue with Puig, and you know where we've seen so much video of him where he doesn't slide, said he has not learned how to slide properly.
Well,
You're still trying to teach him.
Slide. I'll tell you why. It looked like he raked half the skin off his backside coming in here.
I mean, that's an ugly slide.
Yeah, you don't need to hook slide on something like that. It's my old high school coach would tell you, so you don't have to bounce your bun, son. Okay, really. Okay, well then make me a pitcher and I'll never have to slide again.
Hanley Ramirez, first and third, nobody out.
Good thought process there. 0-1 count, make it a slider, make it a big move on it. And he did just that, out of the zone, because you take advantage of those shadows.
Hanley hits a high fly ball to deep enough left center, you would think. Blackman makes the catch. Here comes Puig, and the Dodgers retake the lead 6-5. RBI number 47 for Hanley Ramirez.
Hey, Drew, can I answer your question? I know it's very difficult. Runner on first right now is a good time for me to do this. There's only 4 times this year. 4. Listen to me. 4 times they've come up shy of a shingle. Hunter, Uribe, Phillips, and David Wright of the cycle.
Who were the first
4? There's only 4. The first, what do you mean? Torrey Hunter, Uribe, Phillips, and David Wright. Good work, Dougie. You love those challenges.
Now, if you told me somebody did that 10 times in their career, I'd say that's a lot.
Well, now you're going to have him look that up. How many times? Dougie says stop.
He's
I'm out.
bored. Here's Ethier. It's an unearned run. Not that it matters. It's 6-5.
Wow. Good pitch. Really good changeup. Colorado Springs they lost their last ball game to Fresno today. Armando Galarraga acquired in a trade from Cincinnati, went 6 innings, 4 hits, couple of runs, 1 earned. Corey Reardon took the loss, 2 innings, 3 hits, couple of runs. Mitch Lively, the former Rocky, 6 innings, 3 hits for the Giant. Brett Bochy, Bruce's son, picked up his 2nd save of the year.
How did Cargo do?
Cargo was 5 for 5 with 4 home runs and 7 RBIs. How's that?
That would be great.
Yeah. One problem, he didn't play today. So he must be on his way back to Denver to play tomorrow. Was not in the lineup.
Lifted to right field and deep. Dyer can only watch. It's a home run for Andre Ethier. A 2-run shot. Now LA leads at 8-5. 11th of the year for Ethier, who has been a road warrior for the Dodgers. Most of the damage he's done offensively this year has been away from Dodger Stadium.
You talk about those home and road numbers. At home, just 5 home runs. Away, he has now 6 home runs. So that's kind of what you're telling about. Even splits there on their home run duty. But the average for Ethier, 319 on the road. Not even close, 227 at home. And comes up with a big 2-run shot here. And 3 on the board in a hurry. Nobody up in the Rockies bullpen. There will be shortly, though, with the pitcher leading off the inning here in the 6th.
Well, part of the issue with Bettis having such a high pitch count, again, the Rockies had to utilize a slew of pitchers yesterday for 7 innings because Chatwood got hurt and was removed with nobody out in the 3rd.
Ball game Drew's talking about. Lopez, Cahill, Manship. yesterday's ball game. That's not true.
No,
that was on Nicasio's game. Well, the reason that's not true is because I tore out my scorecard, I signed it, and gave it to Todd Helton for his 2,500 hits yesterday.
There you go.
So now you read your scorebook and see who you got in.
Ottavino went 3. He got the victory.
Right.
Lopez went 2/3 of an inning. Outman got 4 outs. Ground ball deep
play.
third. Arenado got it. Man, that's a great play. Belisle went an inning and Brothers went an inning. So 5 out of the bullpen. Ottavino's obviously down. You'd like to stay away from Outman.
Right, I tell you right now, watch this back end. These are the things, folks, Gold Gloves are made out of. He doesn't take his time to plant on the back foot because he's got some arm strength. He makes that exchange as fast as he can, and his hand on top of the baseball all the way through that throw. No tail, no sink, and a good pick by Jordan Pacheco at first.
A.J. Ellis takes a ball. Two outs, nobody on, 8-5. L.A. in the 6th. Dodger pen. Brandon Leake's been up kind of hanging out watching a little bit. He prefers to pitch on the road. He's not been popular in LA this year.
You know what it is? Sometimes guys handle the pressure of pitching out on the road so much better. You're away from the media, the mass media you run into there, and that's every TV station, everything else you got to deal with.
Inside. (3-2) and that's wasted. Safe Light Auto Glass. If you have auto glass issues, 303-287-5000, online at safelight.com. Center field, Blackman has it. In the inning, there were 3 runs on 2 hits and an error. Dodgers up 8-5, middle of 6.
Play that Nolan Arenado makes on Mark Ellis as he has to step back, make the long throw, and Pacheco gets it on the bounce. Earlier today, big conversation with Walt Weiss just about the Gold Glove ability of Nolan Arenado he's seen this year.
He plays with a lot of confidence for a young player, and obviously the skill set is very impressive. I mean, he's got tremendous hands, great feet when he gets around the ball, a really strong arm, and he plays with no fear, you know, at a very difficult position.
And Drew and Frage, that was after he said, you know what, I really can't remember another player that has been that good defensively at third base. He said, you know, not to over or understate it, but that's frankly what he's thought of our Arenado.
Well, he has been special. We get to watch him every single day. Well, Yasiel Puig evidently hurt himself on that slide because Skip Schumacher's taken his place. Brandon League's now in the game. And this ball served by Johnny Herrera to right center field. Run, baby, run. Johnny in his second leadoff double. Here's why we believe Puig had to come out of the ball game. An awkward slide.
That just looks like razor burns to me.
Sue Falcone, the head trainer for the Dodgers.
Go see who went down there with him. Mark McGuire, the hitting coach.
There's a base hit by Rutledge. Herrera had to see it through. You have to move back to the bag. Freeze on that line drive. So he'll stop at third. The Rockies will get the tying run up here in LeMahieu, as the Rockies have greeted Brandon League with two lasers. Yeah, League has had a rough ride this year. Whip of a runner and a half per inning. High ERA. He's blown 5 saves. That's why he grew unpopular in LA.
Well, the thing is, I mean, he's still showing velocity that he's always had. I just think ball's getting exposed pretty good. There's the sinker, stayed up. It's flat. It's not down at all. Rutledge saw it right out of the hand and made him pay for it on the Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo.
LeMahieu's hit it hard a couple times today. 1 for 3. He lined it deep center field his last time up. So Kershaw with his shortest outing of the year, but he's on the plus side. He goes just 5 innings. Gives up 5 earned runs on 11 hits. That's a season high. The earned runs a season high. Walked 1. He punched out just 4, which by his standards is not many. But as I said, he stands to get the victory if the Dodgers continue to hold the lead. But that's a jeopardy right now. The Rockies threatening against League. 2 on, nobody out. And Kadire on deck after DJ hits. Willeen Rosario in the hole. Good speed at first in Rutledge, and he draws a lob throw from League. Former Mariner.
10-person bullpen for the Dodgers right now. So Donnie's not going to be afraid to go to that bullpen and get people going and get them loose and try to shut down anything right now, even though he's got a big lead. Game-wise, just keep this thing rolling in the right direction. Wilson, recently signed Wilson, up for the Dodgers, starting to throw down there. And then Jeff Francis for the Rockies is throwing in their bullpen.
Popped up, Mark Ellis scooting out, Schumacher coming on, and Skip makes the catch. 1 out. Here's the in-game box score. It's brought to you by Subway. You wouldn't expect to have 13 hits on a day that Clayton Kershaw started. But that's what the Rockies have. 11 came against Kershaw. Rutledge, LeMahieu, you notice every position player has a knock. And the 9-hole, if we extended it that far, has a knock now that Johnny Herrera has a pinch hit double. Michael Kadire was kidding him today about his 4-for-4 performance yesterday. I said that was for the family heading back east. He said, yeah, that was me saying goodbye to August. In August, Michael hit 289. Nothing wrong with that, but he was lamenting the fact that he didn't hit a home run and drove in only 6 in August. Home run yesterday, his first since July 28. He's off to a fabulous start in September, though. Hit a home run yesterday. Drove in 3. Today he's 2 for 3 with a ribby. Chance to do more damage here. 1-0 from League. And this is a double play ball. So we'll move to the 7th inning. The Dodgers 8 and the Rockies 5. There's Brian Peters. Hey, Brian.
BP! Wave again, BP. Got a nice wave. Looks like a pageant wave.
Looks like you missed a couple of workouts, BP. You got to get in that weight room, my friend.
Little chunky.
Bench press looks like it's dipped under 450. There you go. Jeff Francis on the hill now for the Rockies as we go to the top of the 7th inning.
Now Francis obviously moved back to the bullpen. He went down to AAA, was starting, actually pitching very well. And suggested maybe he would go to the bullpen and try to see how it would work out for him to help further his career, maybe working out of the bullpen. So he's been in that position now since going to Colorado Springs and being recalled here at this big league level.
Juan Uribe against Jeff Francis. Foul ground, Arenado with room. Tim Wallach moves out of the way. Uribe retired, 1 out. Jerry Hairston Jr. will pinch hit. There's Jerry.
Be sure to check out the Rockies triple play pack. Pick any 3 ball games, including the September fireworks games, the Red Sox series, and get a free New Era Rockies cap with the purchase. Go to Rockies.com to order your tickets today. You know, as you go into the playoffs, you like to have your club set up where you have a right-left pinch hit situation. And this year, Jerry Hairston's been the guy for Don Mattingly in that pinch hitting role. 32 times, 7 hits, 4 RBIs. Nick Punto's next in line was 17 opportunities, and then Schumacher's gone out there 16 times.
Well, he's hurt the Rockies this year. Jerry's 10 for 25 against the Rockies. 2-1. Check that one out again.
Yeah, he did.
He went.
Sure he did. Could have asked me and Drew. We'd say he would have told you the truth, huh?
Absolutely. We never lie.
Well, watch the hands come forward. Got fooled by the pitch. Way out in front of that thing. 2 outs right now and a strikeout of Harrison.
Carl Crawford against Jeff Francis.
Well, not being from the state of Colorado, but yesterday I thought that was great. The excitement of that game, the football game, the whole deal, you know, it didn't really matter to me who won. I just want to see the excitement back in it like it did when Van Pelt and Klatt were playing.
Yeah.
Seemed to be there a little bit yesterday. 2 new coaches, all excited about their programs. It was fun to see.
Yeah, and you know what? They're both improved. And congratulations to the University of Colorado. 41-27 victory over the Rams yesterday.
How about Wyoming, too? About Wyoming. Could lose 37-34 at Nebraska. I might tell you a little something either about Nebraska or Wyoming might be pretty good, too. Well, they're going to run that offense behind that quarterback. I love that quarterback.
They produced over 600 yards of offense in Lincoln. That
is unheard of.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. Sweeper strikes out Crawford. Good inning for Jeff Francis. 1, 2, 3, and a couple of punch outs as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Stretch time at Coors Field, 8-5 LA. Series in the Dominican Republic. Rockies in their new facility in Boca Chica. We'll take you to the Diamond as the Rockies compete in the Dominican Summer League. And then they head to the state-of-the-art classroom to see how they're being trained for life off the field. For players just beginning their journeys to the big leagues, to players like Willeen Rosario who made their major league dreams come true. It's Rockies Real Time Friday after the game right here on Root Sports.
Well, here comes Brian Wilson into the ball game, former closer of the San Francisco Giants. Best known for the beard, the fingernails, the haircuts, a little bit of everything. He's 1-0 right now, 3 2/3. Came back off Tommy John surgery. His last win just the other day against San Diego. Last save, you go all the way back to April 12th, 2012 against the Colorado Rockies. Lifetime numbers here: 4-2, 19 saves, 165 earned run average in 42 ball games against the Rockies.
Bryant not throwing quite as hard as he did when he was with San Francisco, but it's been effective so far. The beard and the hair. He was in the clubhouse today. He was sitting there playing cards with Juan Uribe.
He got his hair cut, Drew. Or you think it's up underneath?
No, it's up, it's up underneath.
You think?
Well, unless he got his hair cut between 10:30 this morning.
That's a lot of hair under that hat.
12:30 this afternoon and now. This is.
I think
that's what he looked like this afternoon when he went out to get loose. Maybe he got it cut.
Nah.
The beard hasn't been cut in a long time.
That'd be hard to do with it.
So you're saying he got trimmed up, huh?
I think so.
One and two on Rosario. A single and a couple of punch outs. He drove in a run with his single in the first inning. Rockies got a 3-1 lead against Kershaw. They lost that lead. They trailed 5-3, and then they tied it up. Then the Dodgers countered with 3 in the 6th inning. Braves won again today. They improved to 13-5. They improved to 31 games above 500. Freddie Freeman drove in 5. That's a strike. That's the 3rd time today that Rosario has punched out, twice looking. Up to the plate comes Nolan Arenado, a single and a double in 3 trips for the Rockies' 3rd baseman.
If you're watching in the on-deck circle or in the dugout, it's been cutter, 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 slider, cutter, cutter. He stayed out of the middle half of the plate.
Nolan's got the average above 270 with the 2 hits today. Pop up. Wilson saying, I got it. Finally, a real athlete shows up, I guess. Adrian Gonzalez makes the catch. Fans, if you'd like to receive text message alerts when the Rockies score 7, text the keyword taco to 720-720. When that happens, Taco Bell and Root Sports will donate $250 to the Colorado I Have a Dream Foundation. Charlie Culberson, a double in the first, 6-4-3 double play and a fly ball to center field. 2 outs, nobody on in the 7th, and a strike. Another list that Todd Helton is on that we didn't mention. Todd's now 38th on the all-time list for most extra base hits in a career. And check this one out. Helton became just the 8th player to enter the big leagues in the last 50 years, played for just one franchise, something he is extremely proud of, and produced 2,500 or more hits. The other 7 players who debuted in the last half-century and did that are George Brett, Robin Yount, Cal Ripken, Tony Gwynn, Craig Biggio, Chipper Jones, and Derek Jeter.
By the way, a very quick update on Carlos Gonzalez. He's not playing today as planned in Fresno because of the finger. So that's all we were told from the Rockies Public Relations Department just a few minutes ago.
Well, that doesn't sound like good news.
No.
He's been down for a month. They really took their time with it. And if it's flaring up again after 2 days, something tells me we may not see him again this year. But just wait, see how it plays out the next little bit. Brian Wilson, a 1-2-3 7th inning. We move to the 8th. The Dodgers up 8-5. Look back so far, brought to you by McDonald's. Get just what you need at just the right price with many of your McDonald's favorites starting at just $1. I'm loving it. 5th inning on an 0-2 pitch. A line drive base hit by Uribe, drives in Ethier, and then Clayton Kershaw with a 2-run single. Nolan Arenado with a double. That would drive in a run for the Rockies. Checo had a base hit also. And in the 6th inning, Andre Ethier, a 2-run home run. That made it 8-5 LA. You're up to date. Skip Schumacher with his first at bat. Jeff Francis continuing on. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th. It was the Rockies' first 1-2-3 inning on defense this afternoon. Bettis went 4 2/3, 5 runs, 8 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and a hit batter. Jeff Manship an inning and a third. 3 runs, 2 earned, 3 hits. Manship has the hook. Clayton Kershaw, despite his poorest outing of the year, stands to pick off his 14th victory unless something changes here for the Rockies. miss. Jeff pitching well. He strikes out his third consecutive hitter. He gets Schumacher. Adrian Gonzalez coming up. What's next is brought to you by CenturyLink. Here's the pitching matchup tomorrow. Ricky Nolasco came from the Marlins recently. He's pitching well in his hometown. And Jolie Chassin, he's had a very fine year. 13-7 with a 3.08 ERA. We're on the air at 6 tomorrow on Root Sports with the pregame show. I hope you'll join us then. And the shift is on for Adrian. The curveball misses. A bit more of a changeup. The hits given up actually by Kershaw, the 11, not only a season high, that's a career most.
Really?
Yeah.
Larry Vanover's looking at Adrian. Adrian's looking at him and going, really?
Yeah, that's to me a missed call by Vanover, and umpires are allowed that. Mark McGuire's getting a chuckle out of it. You can laugh when you've got 51-13 the last 64 ball games as the Dodgers have. They're 18-3 their last 21 roadies. Here's the 1-2. This ball line to right field, and Michael Kadyr's there, 2 outs. And Ramirez coming up. Hanley's 0 for 2, a walk and a sac fly. Rockies fans join Root Sports and the Rockies today in their new initiative Hit Count. You still have some time left. Support the Children's Hospital and Special Olympics Colorado by backing your favorite player. Your donations determined by the number of hits in the second half of the season. More information and to back your favorite player, visit Rockies.com/hitcount. Todd's got 2,500. I'll take him for a career guy. How about that?
You and a lot of other people.
Yeah, Hanley pops this one up. Foul ground. Rosario not going to have a play. Previous high in number of hits allowed by Clayton Kershaw was 10 in a ball game at Coors Field, wouldn't you know it, back in 2008. Well, he didn't know what he was doing in 2008, did
No,
he?
young kid. Young kid.
You know, the last time Georgie gave up 5 runs in a game, that many at least, was last July 24th at Busch Stadium. He gave up 8 against the Cardinals. They almost sent him out after that.
They had thoughts of whether his stuff would work at the big league level.
Well, Ned Coletti, Don Mattingly.
Was Ned around then?
Last year?
Last year.
Yeah, last year.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 08. I'm sorry.
No, this was last year in St. Louis. So we'll give the kid another start. Rockies are actually ahead of the Dodgers this year in head-to-head competition. They've won 7 of the 13 matchups. Down 8-5 here. 2-2 on Ramirez, 3-2. Jeff never had overwhelming stuff.
91, 92 when he first signed.
But you're and the really good curveball, but now he's got to do it on guts and guile and that great head of his. Here's the 3-2. And he got it using his head on a curveball. Very strong outing so far by Francis. 1-2-3 innings, 4 punch-outs. Field. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority. The Colorado Rockies may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Colorado Rockies. Jordan Pacheco will lead off. Ronald Belisario is on the hill now in the 8th inning for Los Angeles.
Been a lot of ball games. You can see that. He's one of these guys comes in, pitch 7th, 8th inning, 18 holes. The whip at 142. He'll catch Pacheco. Then he's going to get Charlie Blackmon in the 8th hole and a pinch hitter. Jordan Pacheco's been pretty good all day long. Came up in his first at bat. Came up with a double, a single. Drove in a run. Got a AAA, got a swing taken out. Come back here and make the opposition pay for it.
Belisario had a rough start to the season, but since early June, kind of mirroring what the Dodgers have done in the one-loss column, he's been terrific. Belisario has a 1.04 ERA in his last 32 appearances and a whip below 1. The opposition hitting just 183 since June 16. Ball, 1 strike. Looks like Belisario with the tats on the arm has been hanging out with Wilson, huh?
Think? Heavy sinker with good velocity, 94 miles an hour that last pitch. You got to think back up the middle and on the ground. As soon as you start trying to elevate that ball, that's what's going to blow your bat up. It's hard to do.
Two.
It looks as if Matt Belisle is going to come on to pitch the 9th inning for the Rockies.
Adrian Gonzalez will have a play. One out, and that'll bring up Blackmon. Rockies got 3 in the first against Kershaw, 2 more in the 5th inning. But They only have only 2 hits since then. Back, if you recall, that 6th inning looked promising. Double by Herrera pinch hitting. Rutledge's single. It was 1st and 3rd, nobody out. But LeMahieu hit a shallow fly to right, and Kadire grounded into a 6-4-3. Good news, Corey Dickerson, who left the game late yesterday, looked like he pulled up rounding first base. He's in the on-deck circle. Blackman 2 for 3. Only out was a line drive at Hanley Ramirez. 1-0, pulled down the line. Just can't get Charlie out these days. And Blackman will stop. Yeah, you're down by 3 runs. He's going to stop at second.
Well, I guarantee you they're all looking in that Dodger locker room and down the lineups and checking all the different things on as far as scouting reports on Charlie Blackman, because he continues to hurt people. Took a good swipe at the baseball down and in here and drove it to right field to get a 1-out double. Then Dickerson will come up to pinch hit now.
Dickerson against Belisario. Corey yesterday was 3 for 4 and a walk. The end of the bat. Corey's got to hit 5 straight, hitting .368. J.P. Howell just kind of chilling out. Rex brothers Matt Belisle. Rex, if the Rockies can put together a significant rally here, down by 3 runs, the former Yankee first baseman looking on, Don Mattingly. He says hello to you, by the way.
I went by a couple of times today. They were having their team meeting.
You didn't want to bust in on that?
I thought about it, but I thought it was probably better that I didn't.
It's pretty easy going. He'd probably invite you in.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Donnie right now doing a good job managing his ball club. I think a lot of that is inheritance that he got from Joe on how to handle the situation of the pennant race, of a good baseball team, of expectations that they think of you as a manager and as a team.
That big series in Oakland between the A's and the Rangers. Game 1 goes to Oakland 4-2. Oakland doing what they did last year, playing well late. Outside 1-2 on Dickerson. The big series in the National League, Cincinnati hosting St. Louis. That's been over for a while now. The Reds 7-2 over the Cardinals today. And Pittsburgh beat Milwaukee at Miller Park 5-2. San Diego beat the Giants in NL West play 4-1. Nick Hundley hit his 11th. Arizona's playing the Interleague Series. Toronto beat them in Phoenix 4-1. 2-2. Dickerson back level in the count. Rutledge is on deck. Tulowitzki sitting this one out. Hilton not getting a start against Kershaw. This ball ripped toward right center field. Run to the wall. It will. Jogging home with the 6th runs. Blackman, Corey Dickerson with a double. Boy, is he ever swinging the bat well. Tying run coming up in Rutledge.
Now wheels will start to turn down in that Dodger dugout now with Honeycutt and Mattingly.
How about this AB?
Tyler Chatwood's going to run for Corey Dickerson. Yeah, exactly. Made a mistake. Fell off the line of nasty pitches to the outer half. Got one on the inner half and it just drove it.
Yeah, you can see Corey taking it easy.
Yeah, can't extend it on the speed wise on the things, but it does drive in the run though. It's a bench run Tyler Chatwood, who left the game early yesterday with a bruised thumb. And Honeycutt's on the phone to the bullpen to make sure who's ready, when they're ready, and get it ready in a hurry if you're not.
Rutledge had a base hit his last time up, 1 for 3 and a walk. Takes a ball. Back up the middle on through. Chatwood gets a green light. He'll score easily. It's 8-7. Here come the Rockies.
Second hit for Rutledge in the ball game. His 17th RBI of the year.
And a nice full-fledged return to the big leagues for Rutledge. Did appear yesterday.
Yeah, wait to see what Don Mattingly may do here if he's going to continue to let his right-hander face. That ball center cut. Lower part of the strike zone. A lot of guys like the lower part of the strike zone on the Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo. Shot it right by Belisario on the ground out into the outfield. The Rockies today 8 for 18 with runners in scoring position. Honeycutt will make a quick trip to the mound.
Well, the Rockies have some pieces on their bench offensively. You're looking at one, obviously, and Troy Tulowitzki as well. Carlos Marmol has joined J.P. Howell in the Dodgers pen. One out, speed at first. Former Cub closer Carlos Marmol. LeMahieu up the middle. That's a base hit. And Rutledge is going to turn on the Jets. He'll go first to third. Tying run 90 feet away here in the 8th. With Kadire approaching. DJ's second knock of the ball game. The Rockies on an afternoon that Clayton Kershaw, in my opinion, the best pitcher in the game, starts. They have 17 hits up on the board.
Amazing how they put it on this. Well, on their whole pitching staff. I mean, their pitching staff has been outstanding. They're going to let Belisario go right at Kadire. They're not making a switch here. Donnie just gave the running game signs to Ellis on whether to throw through or not. If DJ takes off, that's a legitimate concern for the Dodgers with 17 stolen bases for LeMahieu.
Dodger pitching staff, the lowest ERA in baseball. .317. The Rockies have been dismissive of that stat. Dyer had this situation 2 innings ago and hit it sharply, but right at Ramirez. It turned into a 6-4-3. 1 out, first and third. LeMahieu with the 17 bags at first. Dyer has 1 hit and 5 at-bats against Belisario. That hit was a home run. You want to see the roof come off this joint. See if he hits another one. In tight, 2-1. Good eye from Dyer.
Well, the offense continues just to get after the ball club here today. The 19th at bat with runners in scoring position, a season high for the Rockies. Right guy at the plate, in my opinion, that can drive a baseball. 20 pitches thrown for Belisario. Not very good results so far.
2-1. Bouncer to third. Got to get up the line. Oh, man. You won't see that too frequently. Dyer has bounced into 2 tough double plays. Rockies get 2. They're within a run. Affairs online only at southwest.com and by Ram Trucks, Guts, Glory, Ram. Rockies have made it most interesting as we go to the top of the 9th inning. The Dodgers clinging now to a 1-run advantage from lower downtown Denver, and more specifically Coors Field. Let's go to center field now, and Jenny Kavner. Hey, Jenny.
Hey, Drew. It is making for a true NL West rivalry game. That is the truth. Coming up on the Toyota postgame show, we're going to talk about Dodger danger. There's a reason why Los Angeles only has 8 losses since All-Star break. You really can't get too comfortable with a lead against these guys. Plus, we'll talk a little Charlie in charge. How about Charlie Blackmon? He was hitting .429 against Clayton Kershaw coming into the game today. He notched 2 more hits against him. Now he's hitting over 500 in his career. In fact, the Rockies, they're starting to own Kershaw a little bit. He gave up a career-high 11 hits to Colorado today. The previous high of career hits for him, it came 10 in 2008 against Colorado. And this season before today, he only gave up 8 hits as his season high, and that also happened to be against Colorado. I am sensing a pattern, but none of those numbers matter if Colorado can't grab a win here. Rally 9th inning. What do you say?
Why not?
That would be great. Jenny, thank you. Matt Belisle takes over. Andre Ethier, Mark Ellis, A.J. Ellis. Ethier has been one of the hitting stars for the Dodgers. He has scored 3 runs. He has a double and a 2-run home run, 3 driven in.
Matt Belisle on to try to shut down the Dodgers here in the 9th inning to give his ball club an opportunity to win at 5-5. Record so far for Matt. He gave up a run yesterday. I was kidding him. I said he had a tough act to follow. He said I didn't know whether to warm up or watch the video tribute to Todd. And there's going to be a slash ball in the left field line by Ethier. Is it going to be a leadoff double? He's going to try to stretch it, bobbled by Culberson.
third hit, third extra base hit. So leadoff double for Andre Ethier. I'll bring up Mark Ellis. Dodgers, that's pretty wild, and this goes back to the first part of the year where you play a lot of divisional games, and then later on in the year you play a lot of divisional games, and you're out of your division a good portion of the summer, and also in interleague play a good portion of the summer. The Dodgers are 26-27 against the West.
I know, not that good, but pretty good against everybody else.
Yeah, 55-28. There's the bunt attempt, a good one by Mark Ellis, no play. It'll be a hit. And now significant issues. First and third, nobody out. A.J. Ellis coming up.
A shot out of here. This ball hit very high up on the mound. No play at third. Rosario calls first, and then Malau, feeling like he didn't think he could get him, hung on to the baseball.
Infield in. A.J. Ellis is at the plate. The middle guys are 2/3 of the way. If it's hit hard, you can still turn two up the middle. You have pretty good speed at third and Ethier. Bilal has appeared in more than 300 games as a Rocky. On the ground at third, Arenado can come home with it. And they've got Ethier hung up. They'll get the tag on Ethier on a good feed from Rosario. Ethier's out. And now it's first and second, one out. And that increases the percentages of getting out of this inning considerably without any damage.
Yeah, no question. You don't have a runner on third anymore. That got whacked out of the way. All by the defense backhand of Arenado. Got to the ball, and then a sidearm throw to the plate to Rosario. A strike, by the way. Then goes right back at it, and then a quick throw and tag on to Ethier.
Uribe. Boy, lost the bat. Ball went right, bat went left. That's a double foul. And that Dodger fan's happy.
And that thing took off in a hurry, got up into those blue shirts right behind the dugout.
The newest Dodger is in the on-deck circle. Michael Young, not new to the big leagues, though, and not new to pressure baseball in September.
He's had a lot of that with the Texas Rangers.
Juan has really had a bounce back year.
Signed a 3-year deal for over 20-something million, and everybody kind of had a little bit of stunned look on their face when you brought that up. They had all the injuries first year, kind of started coming back towards the end of the year, but this third year of the contract has played what they thought he would be the first two. Been very good.
0-2. Base hit right center field. That's going to score one. Ellis scores. AJ's going to go from first to third. Juan Uribe with his 39th RBI, second of the ball game. He's 3 for 5. And it's 9-7 LA.
And now you get to see Young again. This is a fastball they wanted in underneath the hands of Rosario. The ball stayed away from him, on Uribe. And then it ends up being driven into right center field. Trying to crowd the hands to not allow him to get extended. That time they got extended on the fastball and the run comes across. Bilal not happy with what's happening right now. 3 hits so far in this ball game for him when he's out on the mound.
Rocky just saw Michael Young a couple of weeks ago when they were in Philadelphia. Nine runs, 14 hits for LA. Rocky 7 runs, 17 hits. Oh, 2 on Young, making his first appearance as a Dodger.
Sometimes, even if you are a veteran, you feel that pressure a little bit too. You want to make it look good for the ball club that has you in the new uniform.
He went, didn't he? Yep. They punched him out at first, Manny Gonzalez. So Young got on 3 pitches. That's the second out of the inning.
Slider, see if it breaks out over the plane. Yeah, might get a little favor there. Didn't look like he jumped on it as good as it looked like from the naked eye.
Carl Crawford, a walk and a single. A couple of fly balls and a strikeout. 6th at bat here in a regulation game. The Rockies have had 2 1-2-3 innings in this game out in the field. Both were twirled by Jeff Francis. 7th and 8th inning. Jeff struck out 4 in his outing. Two and 1. And Crawford hits it in the air, deep center field. Blackman still going back, not going to be able to get there. Ground rule double. Uribe will stop at third. A.J. Ellis scores, and it's 10-7. So the Dodgers have created some insurance for Jansen in the 9th. Crawford with his 26th RBI, and it's a tough outing again for Matt Bilal.
Yeah, it is. On the ball out away from out of the strike zone on a Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo, trying to backdoor that slider. It stayed right up in the middle of it. Crawford stayed on it, drove it out into left center field, out of the reach of everyone. And the only one that could catch this was his fans when it bounced. Unfortunately, Matt not having his typical good day.
Schumacher's second at bat. He struck out his first time up. Came in the ball game for Puig, who had to leave a couple innings ago. Hurt himself sliding. Puig's left a couple games this year. Pulled from the game also recently. We discussed that earlier. He's been a quick healer, though.
Usually back the next day.
And a soft line drive to third. Tough inning for the Rockies. They closed to within a run in the bottom of the 8th. They're now down by 3 again. 10-7 LA as we go to the bottom of the 9th. As the Dodgers got 3 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, and 2 more here in the top of the 9th inning. Willeen Rosario will lead it off against Kenley Jansen, the closer for the Dodgers.
Big, strong right arm, I can tell you that. 24-27 save opportunities. As a team, they have 41 saves on the year. League with 14 of 19. Marmol 2 of 5. That came with the Cup organization, though. Now let's see what he can do. Coming out handling it. It'll get started with right-handers Rosario, Arenado, and Charlie Culberson.
Willeen a single back at the first to drive in a run. Since then, he struck out swinging, and he has twice struck out looking. Rosario takes a strike. Willeen hits this ball to deep right field. This got a chance to get out. It will. Solo home run, Willeen Rosario. And I know what you're thinking at home. big was that inning for the Dodgers in the top of the ninth? Willeen with his 21st big fly. It's 10-8.
Fastball thinking, you know what, 3-run lead, I'm going to go right at this guy, I'm going to make him hurt me. Well, he hurt you. Fastball down and away, kind of down in the middle of the strike zone on the Mike Shaw Subaru Supermo, illustrated perfectly for that, and a long drive to right field.
Arenado takes a strike. Nolan a single and a double today in 4 at-bats. Ball hit right on top of the wall. Similar to where Todd hit his second home run the other day. Top of the wall. Pitchers of record: Clayton Kershaw, Jeff Manship.
Seemed like a game and a half ago.
That's because it was. You've heard it coming out of your shoes, swinging your bat. How about coming out of your helmet? Popped out of play. Caught by Ellis. One out, and that'll bring up Charlie Culberson.
Similar to what DJ did earlier on a quick line drive right at him. You have to time everything perfectly to make the play.
Get a guy on, go in the direction of that guy, Troy Tulowitzki. He's not a bad player to pull off your bench, representing the tying run.
So far, Jansen hadn't missed too many bats. The home run and the line drive.
One strike on Culberson. Short, and Ramirez. 2 outs. Gonna bring up Pacheco. Oh. 2-0 on Jordan. Double and a single for Pacheco. Down the Rockies lineup. Rutledge a couple of hits. LeMahieu 2 hits. Kadire a couple of hits. Rosario a couple of hits. Arenado a couple of hits. First 5 in the order, multiple hit days. In fact, everybody but Charlie Culberson, and Charlie has a base hit. 3-0 with Blackman on deck.
Been a long day for Donnie and his ball club. It has been for the Rockies also. I mean, his club 10-8, 33 hits in the ball games, 3 errors in the ball game.
3-2.
Didn't necessarily anticipate anything like that with Kershaw on the mound. Had a chance to win the ball game, and things turned south after right in the 5th inning. Since that point, the Rockies have given up 8 runs on the 5th and beyond. They've scored 5. Trying to do more here.
(3-2). Ball 4. And the Rockies will get the tying run to the plate.
Well, it didn't appear to be in the strike zone. It appeared to be off of the plate and down. Ellis pulls it back up. Jensen wanted it. Mattingly wanted it. Tulowitzki on the on-deck circle. One of the hottest hitters in baseball right now. Charlie Blackman at the plate.
Single, line out, double for Charlie. Rick Honeycutt to the mound. This game approaching 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Well, if you can high-five and shake hands at the end, it doesn't matter if you're out here forever. But when you have opportunities to win games and they slip away from you, it's a little more disturbing.
Larry Vanover squeezed Jansen. Pacheco takes second.
Dodgers will hold their defense steady. They're not going to move for a guy trying to steal a base, trying to make movement, to create holes. They'll stand pat defensively.
1-1. Every game in the big leagues is a final, save this one. And the Nationals and Phillies. They're in the 3rd inning. 1-0 in Philadelphia. The Nationals leading. And Blackman hits a slow roller to second. Ellis is there. Ball game. The Dodgers survive, and that's the appropriate way to characterize this victory for LA. They've now won 5 in a row. They improved to 82-55. The Rockies fall to 65-74. On a day where the Rockies get 18 hits, they lose. That does not happen very frequently. Clayton Kershaw is the winning pitcher on a day where he gave up a season-high 5 runs. 14-8 is his record now. Jeff Manship takes the loss. He's 0-5, and Jansen gets a save, his 15th of the year. Jimmy John's freaky fast delivery. The game is brought to you by Jimmy John's. Andre Ethier had a big ball game in the 6th inning. Hit a 2-run home run and gave LA a 3-run lead. He ended up today 3 for 4 and a walk. He reached on an error his first time up, so he was on base all 5 times today. free ribbies as well for Eat Here. Visit jimmyjohns.com to find a location near you. Once again, the final score, the Dodgers win it 10-8 as we go to center field in Jenny Cavnar. Jenny?
Hey, Drew, coming up on the Toyota postgame show, even though the Rockies had a loss today, plenty to talk about. How about 33 combined hits? Plenty of offense coming up on the Toyota postgame show. Hope you'll stick around. More baseball to discuss. The Rockies lose today 10-8.